You cannot talk about Team Infused without mentioning their guru, their emotional guide, their spirit animal, Mr. Motivator himself, Neil Murphy. You can expect fireworks over the next couple of hours as Neil will give everything to lift his boys to victory.
Run the Wimmer! Come on! Yes! Go on! Wow!
He really is Marmite, and not everyone enjoys the Neil Murphy, but Team Infused, he does seem to inspire them, and they have improved as the competition's gone on, and he thinks very highly of those boys, so we're expecting to see that today. What do you reckon, Csgo, when it comes to maps that they'll try and avoid or veto, or maps that they'll be hoping to pick?
So based on the fact I mentioned the preparation thing, so both teams have played Inferno Mirage, I think about 5 times, like each so far. And it feels like that's an obvious set that they can look at all those VODs, for example, look at the replays, and then just look at what each other do, and then counteract that themselves.
So you're saying we're not going to see Nuke? What?
Yeah, we saw it once from Excel, never again.
Never again. But it's nice. It's nice to get a little show in. Get got a little air in, didn't it? It came out for a little bit.
It's good that we saw everything, I suppose.
So we're seeing what was happening backstage earlier on with Jacob and Red Snake and Neil M there. Can't trust Red Snake on his own, apparently.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to let him do the beat on his own, just in case he didn't make the decision you wanted. So got to be there just in case. Yeah, there we go. The handshake comes in. Happy days. They've all decided on their maps. So yeah, Ben. I mean,
Overpass ban's not surprising.
Not a massive surprise, this is it.
Excel played it a few times. The Nuke ban, Excel are the only teams that have played it so far. It seems regular. Cash Cobble. Cash is just a map that Excel haven't played yet, and Cobble's quite strong for Infused. They beat Method on it last week and Prophecy.
Cobbling some Cash together.
Should be Mirage, quite simply, really.
Going to be Mirage. Yeah. There it is. Oh, job done.
All
right, thanks, Csgo.
Yeah, so...
Do you do any other fortune telling?
Sadly, no.
No, sadly no. So those two maps. So Infuse winning the coin toss and choosing to stay home. Often they go away, but they obviously feel confident. They want Inferno, got that, and Excel have got Mirage. When we look at that first map, Inferno, I know we've mentioned it many a time, we're talking about that map, but for one last time, let's chat about the sort of the keys of Inferno and what we can expect from that map.
Yeah, so Inferno is quite a CT-sided map in the sense that there's a lot of narrow entrances for the terrorists to use, and you can easily just smoke it off and then hold them back to about, I think it's about 55 seconds in the round without having any contact, without them coming through like smokes or anything. So it's quite a slow map in that sense, but it doesn't mean you can't do anything quite fast to begin with anyway. You can get there before the nades, or you can just hold back and then execute afterward. XO are a team who are quite slow. I remember, I think it was week 4 that they did a lot of executes where it was like 10 seconds on the clock, and they'd run into the site and try and plant as soon as possible. So it wouldn't surprise me to see quite a slow-paced game, slowly and then go hectic last 30 seconds of the round. Okay,
well, CT side, a lot of the UK teams have struggled with, but Harold, how would you're running into Inferno, you see it above you, you're in Inferno's land, how do you play it? How does Harold go about it?
How do I play it personally, or how should it be played? It's a completely
different
story there. How would I play it? I just get really bored, because Inferno is one of the slowest maps in Counter-Strike. You know, you have to absolutely play the utility game. You have to wait. You have to play it perfectly. Personally, I just get really bored, and I just run at something. And I died. That's why I'm not very good at the game. That's why I talk instead of play.
Okay.
That's all I'm good at, not unlike someone else. But yeah,
I'm actually pretty good at Inferno. Harold, if I was to get your prediction for this, how you see it going, are Infused going to get it, or is it going to be Excel? I'll put you on the spot right now.
I don't like that. Ben, you go first.
Go on, Csgo.
I'm backing the boys, Excel.
Oh, I like that. He's with me. What are you saying, Harold?
It's got to be Excel, isn't it?
Yes, thank you. That's 2 for Excel. Well, listen, commentating and casting, should I say, depends who you speak to. The 2 gentlemen over here, I can walk fast, I can walk slow. I'm pretty good at walking. Fist bump there for Snods, and a little fist bump for Jackie. Look at this. You've got the Grim Reaper, and that could be happening to Excel if they lose this map. It's straight away, if Infused win it, it's Excel are out of the playoffs. That's a lot riding on it. Is this why you've worn the shirt?
Yeah, it's foreshadowing for that, right? I mean, you've got 2 scenarios here. Either Team Infused step up, they live up to the hype, or they show up like Team Confused and just get absolutely bodied by Excel.
Yeah, potentially when you look at the maps as well, Inferno and Mirage, I still think this can be a 1-1, but I'm leaning for Infused to make the top 4 playoffs.
Okay, that is big talk.
It is, it is.
So you're seeing Infused go. Listen, Jackie, Snars, I'll leave it with you. Lovely to see you again. Loving the shirt, bud.
Keep it real.
Yeah, not mine though, cheers.
I love yours as well, obviously.
Well, you know,
There you go, yeah.
you've always got to come in
That's
second.
me back to
something.
next then, isn't it? Gosh.
So, Infused versus Excel. Inferno is going to be the battlefield where this is going down. And the thing is for Excel, Snods, is they've got Ross back. They've got the coach that
Yes,
gives them that
and
extra bit of
Windansky.
momentum. And Windansky.
Yeah, last time we saw, what is it? Excel on Inferno, they didn't have Windansky and they didn't have Ross, their coach. And we saw them lose out. I can't actually remember which team it was. I believe it was Reason. I think it was Reason they lost in Inferno, but not having Windansky there made a massive difference. He's such a big anchor player towards the A side on their CT side, especially versus Endpoint. He had 30 frags in that game. He's one of the reasons they went 1-1 versus Endpoint in one of the earlier weeks.
So Windansky on LAN as well, is he's another sort of hype man?
Big difference.
Yeah, he's one of these players that actually keeps them with a consistent level of energy. Boaster, you get random spurts that pop in here and there. He's found more of a consistency in him where he will get loud early,
Jeez.
but then start to filter off a little bit and actually keep it calm, be able to improve on his own game, whereas Windansky's a constant force. He's always incredibly hyped when he plays on LAN.
Yeah, there's a few things to that, right? Obviously, one of the issues with already shouting after the knife round is, are you using your energy too early?
Yeah.
Got to conserve it and keep your composure. Windansky's a player that definitely shows emotions on both ends, right? Sometimes he's shouting, you know, congratulating his teammates on great plays, but also you can see him get a bit frustrated, slamming the desk. I mean, even in the green room, we can hear him slamming the desk from under those tables. So if you let that frustration show across your team, it can have a little bit of a negative impact.
It can come back to bite you if you get left in those situations where obviously your mentality gets the better of you, you overreact. The things as well, they've always got the potential, Snods, where they have to try and take this more so as, say, a best of one. If they lose the first map, if they let it slip, they can try and reset mentally. If you take it as what it is and go for it for face value, there's always that chance that you're going to have too many mixed emotions to carry on. But it seems like we're getting ready to go live.
Yeah, like I said when Tom came over, I do think this could be a 1-1. I think Excel have a higher chance to win in Inferno than they do Mirage. I feel like Infused T-side on Mirage is so strong currently with the pure skill they have on their roster. And then we are going to be getting to the pistol. Already it's going to be careful level for 4 players. Jacob going to be the utility player. Actually, Boaster as well. So 2 sets of smokes, probably for Ruins and CT to see if they can even get the smokes off if Red Snake has the damage dealt.
Red Snake trying to see if he can lead by example here towards the top of Banana as the push is coming through. A slow contact play seems to be the order.
Yeah, they can set up the smokes now. You can see Jacob running the CT smoke, and they can get Boaster the smoke off Ruin as well. Try and see if they can push back Trials and make it a 1 versus 5 from Red Snake. And Red Snake has a smoke and an HE grenade and a flashbang, so hopefully he uses grenades as counter nades, try and hold off the push for an extra few seconds and allow the rotation to come in through CT, and that's Aaron.
That's a nice HE going in as well. There's a little bit of slash damage as it transfers the shrapnel across those XL players. The bomb is going to go down though. Trials misses the shot. Unfortunately, Windansky opens up the round as well as he finds that headshot swiftly towards Trials. Red Snake panicking, struggling to stay alive as he gets pushed in from all angles. Eventually, we'll find a single frag. The headshot back on towards Lazar, and he's still alive and kicking right now. They're focusing all of their attention towards him. They start to get the frags. Aaron and Mick will retaliate though as they get left into a 2 versus 2.
Jacob has no armor as well. It's going to be a 2 versus 2. MCK and Aaron, can they take this one? Good after plant here from Jacob towards Banana. They're going to have to force the bomb timer here if they can possibly do it.
They have the raw skill. We know how much damage they can do with their individual firepower. Mick will find that 1 kill as he has to trade out, but the bomb timer is ticking away too rapidly. He doesn't have the kit. Takes the fight towards Jacob, and they get the opening round. Windansky feeling the energy off the back of that one.
Yeah, no kit. Now, there's an issue we saw with Red Snake there towards back boxes. He had smoke, flashbang, HE. He uses the HE in the flashbang, but doesn't use the smoke. In that scenario, you can buy kit double flashbang. If you're playing so passive, you're not really going to get anything out of the smoke. If you're playing top Banana like Red Snake was, you jiggle peek, you spot the players, you can smoke it, but you saw he was playing so far back that he wasn't in a scenario where he could utilize the smoke to full efficiency. So, no kit for the CT side, man. That retake win in favor of Excel Esports. They're going to pick up the first one as you go in round number 2. Mac-10 and UMP. It's going to be 2 SMGs and 3 rifles for the T side currently. Aaron, trying to see if he can find the first frag and open things up.
And with a Deagle, you can be incredibly proficient with the weapon, actually. That's one of the things about this Team Infused roster is pistols. They are still quite naughty with Snods. We're going to see close angles. They play more of that looser style and just try and see if they can get the openers. Trials towards top Banana as well. If they don't clear the angle perfectly, if they do try and go for that play, he could actually find himself a kill.
Trials now. Close towards Banana. Flashbang comes in. Close range as well. The CZ should be able to find some damage. The flashbang actually doesn't quite go over, so he's not going to peek just yet.
CZ can rip its way through the opposition. He will find that 1 kill. Trials, the double kill comes out. That is beautifully done.
My goodness, why is the Galil jumping first and the SMG coming behind? Obviously, jumping accuracy on the Galil is going to be awful compared to the jumping accuracy of the submachine guns. Both are there, not happy at all. And this is one of the issues of when you're so enthusiastic about winning. And then so down in the dumps as soon as you lose a round, potentially anyway. This is a 5 versus 3, but very high highs for Excel and very low lows as the remaining 3 terrorist side players, Mac-10, double rifle, going to be going versus the stack here. When I say the stack, it's going to be Trials doing 2 kills, and of course, Fry 1.
The flame that burns twice as bright, but for half as long for Boaster right now. It seems he's already starting to be a little bit frustrated, but they can try and reset themselves. It's only 1 round. They've not even let this one slip just yet, but they want to try and win this out. They need to do some damage. Jacob swans his way on towards the bomb site. We'll find the opening headshot back towards Trials. He rips his way through him. They're going to build a little bit of cash, and they have secured the site. They can get that bomb down and chill out a little bit.
14 seconds. Jacob will readjust. The bomb has been planted now. It's going to be the 1-man advantage right now for the Infused, but they have no rifles. Nothing picked up just yet of the dead bodies from Excel. Here comes the afterplant, and they have no kit on the CT side.
These pistols, though, so effective in close range when you can get the drop on the opposition, but in a retake scenario like this, it's going to be hard. They're going to have to try and play the trade game, Snods. And their manpower's already starting to dwindle away. Windansky struggling, though, to try and work out who he actually wants to target here. Luzzer will find the frag. Windansky eventually does strike, but they've got control of the bomb site. It's all left on Windansky, and they've scavenged some weapons. They can try and jump on the bomb, force the face, and Fry can get the trade kill and actually win this round out. He takes him down. The reset comes through, and Infused pick up that round off a great opener there from Trials.
Was indeed. Poor play there towards Banana from Excel. Sloppy plays as well. The Galil going first in that scenario. It should be the UMP going first, and then trade kill off of the back of the Galil. Anyway, it's going to be 1-1 now, as the scores eventually equal up, and of course, it's going to be the force, but actually no. So the bomb did go down in both rounds, which means Excel are actually going to be equaling this one. Notice a Kevlar bought just here onto the T side. It's going to be upgraded pistols onto 4 players, but Connor just going to stay on that Glock. Probably going to want utility into the next buy round, potentially. Mac-10 there, retrieved and salvaged into round number 3. So obviously each kill that you can get, $600 into that CT bank. I mean, 1 kill will merit a incendiary grenade going into round number 4. Anyway, bomb back towards middle. It's going to be a slow default coming up from the T side. They want to see if they can work some picks off of these deagles from Windansky. And if they can, try and open up Arch, try and wrap A potentially that way. I want to try and get a kill towards Pit, but you can see Aaron towards Pit, Fry 1 towards Arch. They're not really giving away any advantages just yet.
Connor's already made his presence known towards that B-bomb site as he walked in more of a contact style playing and has been taken down. So they have to try and fully commit to essentially this brute force approach towards that A site. Fry is in position, struggling a little bit, eventually finds his composure as he rips his way through 2 of them. That AK-47 does fall to Lazar, but the AK's miles out of position. They can't really grab it and try and wield it just yet. They're going to have to overextend. This is where Mick should come in huge and shut down the round right here, right now.
Both the last alive now. Obviously, on a full eco, you want to try and take out 2 guns from the CT side. Obviously, each kill you get is roughly $4,500 worth of investment. You get 2 kills, you're taking out $9,000 from the CT bank. Pretty much 1/3 of that CT economy. Anyway, it's going to be round number 4 now, 2-1 in favor for Team Infused, and the buy will come out right now from Excel. Connor went on the Glock last round. He's only got flashbang and HE. No smoke for him, so I imagine he's bought the HE instead of the smoke for a reason. Probably going to nade top Banana, but we're going to find out in just a second. It's going to be the 5 AK buy come out from Excel. No orbs into play just yet, as Red Snake's actually going to be carrying forward this Mac-10 into round number 4. Aggressive play there towards Banana as they leave 3 here. And actually, the smoke comes towards bottom Banana. They can leave Trials alone now if they want to. Actually, no, they have Banana control. They're just giving it up.
It's very interesting. They are actually going to switch it back up and send Trials back. We imagined he would take bottom Banana control, as then you can rotate off 4 players towards that A site.
We saw Gamba do it at the major, but they'd leave Hobbit alone towards Banana. You send 3 there at the start. You molly top and bottom Banana. You smoke it as well. Take control of it. You leave 1 player there. Hobbit actually was jump spotting towards top Banana, but instead it's going to have Trials just hard facing there towards the smoke. Unfortunately, though, you can see Trials doesn't have a smoke grenade. If he had a smoke, that would have been a perfect scenario because he could have re-smoked it. That's a Molotov, though, and a flashbang just in case things do go south. But nevertheless, it's going to be 4 players grouped up towards T steps from the T side. I imagine it's going to be B control here come out from Excel and try and execute towards Infused B side.
Another late round lurk towards A as well, and Jacob to try and do a little bit of damage towards the middle of the round as they are now making their approach down towards B. First contact is going to be Red Snake, but he only has that Mac-10 to play with. This is where it could get awkward very fast.
Could indeed. Fake here coming from Jake. They're playing the 4-1 style of CS. Tries the flashbang. He's going to use it properly, though.
Connor.
There's a flash.
The flash over so we can go for the peek. Peeks, but this doesn't work. The flashbang comes in and counters it. Red Snake gets 1 frag before he goes down. Windansky will retaliate. They're still not running into the unknown just yet, but the peek comes out from Trials, gets on top of coils, opens himself up, gives the angle towards Lazar. Jacob as well finds that lurk kill towards Fry. It's going to be a 2 versus 4 retake, and there's the man in the back line.
Inexperience there showing from Trials. Gives away the equal man advantage. Anyway, MCK finds 1. It's going to be the 3 versus 2. They have kits, but only 1 flashbang to try and make this happen.
Flashbang goes over to try and support him and Aaron. They can do damage. They have such prowess with these rifles, but they can't quite get themselves into a good spot. Lazar will get the double kill as he comes out with a hat-trick into the round. You've got to get your boasties. This is the thing, Boaster, he is one of those hype players. He needs to get into the most momentum. These are the sort of rounds that are going to get him pumped up again, get that consistency flowing. They need to have everyone firing from all cylinders.
Yes.
I want to see Connor really stepping up today as well.
It's going to see fans as well showing their supports for these players. But yeah, you are right. We do need Connor to step up on the T side, especially being the entry frag on that T side. We need some early kills, some space being created by Connor's AK. Nevertheless, though, it's going to be the AWP onto Fry. One good peeking down, banana, the smoke comes out. Actually, I believe you can see through this. Jumps on the barrel. Here's the steps from Connor. Peeks out, actually nearly connects that shot there, but will be tagged up to 50. So it's going to be the AWP onto Fry 1. 2 rifles on the CT side, an SMG for Red Snake, and the 5.7 there for Aaron. Right now for the T side. 2 MAC-10s and 3 AKs. So I imagine that Excel don't anticipate the buy that Infused have. They probably thought that Infused would be EQing this one, and then trying to 4-buy into round number 6. Fairly standard default here coming out from Excel. 2 towards Banana, 2 towards Apps, and Jacob there towards middle. Showing as much presence as possible. Smoke towards Arch. They might even flash out through Boiler, try to get a peek towards mid. They've seen Fry 1 play towards Arch many a time. And actually it's going to be Red State this time with the SMG. Going to be falling slowly back towards B. One of the issues here right now for Infused is they're giving up so much map control. XL can fake towards the A site or the B site so easily.
Yeah. The previous rounds where they did have a lot more to play with in terms of their arsenal and their utility, they could take that aggressive banana conduit time. They've had to just concede it, play far back from sight. Aaron's only got that 5.7 as well playing from pit, so it's going to be very hard. It's only really going to be effective in close range, even though it's more of a one-and-done position that he's going to have to play from.
30 seconds left now on the clock. Bomb going towards Banana. Once again, they're going to leave Jacob alone towards mid, going to be creeping up through Arch. So, with no utility, how is he really going to be able to fake this one? Actually going to be going through CT, trying to come in from behind. Fry, one of the AWP, going to be tested to his limits right now.
Red Snake did cut off the rotate though, so as long as Fry tries to delay this for as long as possible, they should be able to retake it. They have 4 versus 3. Oh, Fry does damage with the smoke as well, as he's finding these shots. Fry.
4 versus 2 now, as the bomb has been planted. Let's see what they can do. Going to retrieve the AK, that's Connor. 2 AKs versus the MAC-10 UMP onto Red Snake. And already they found 1.
Windansky and Connor are the last 2 remaining Ts. They've got themselves into good positions, but they peek out. They swing wide. Mickle take him down. Connor tries to respond. He will get the first frag, but he couldn't double it up. The spray isn't going to go in his favor, and they do close out the round as they get that retake.
Once again, it's going to be the reset coming out. Battle of the 4 spies essentially here in the early portions of Inferno. 3-2 is going to be the scoreline. Bomb did go down for the T side, so if they want to buy up into this one, they should have a fairly decent buy. Could be maybe 1 or 2 AKs, UMPs at that. Collar's not too happy. You can see the frustration. Actually, I'm not sure. Is that half grin there? Is that frustration? What do you reckon?
I think that's just Connor. He's just always got.
He's always happy, isn't he?
It's just the same. I don't know if it's happy. I think it's just the same level.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, the buy's a lot better than I thought. It's going to be the 3 AKs, 1 Galil, MAC-10 onto Jacob. And this time, Jacob has the MAC-10 and 4 utility, so he can sell the fake a lot better. Anyway, holding in case anyone's going to go towards middle, but actually you see someone jumping towards apartment. So it's going to be the similar default coming from Excel. Holding for the push towards middle. Actually, there's going to be no one there going towards Banana. They are going to be eventually committing towards the A site. Question is, though, are they going to try for an arch wrap? Or are they going to try execute from quad?
Heavy aggression towards the A right now with the stance they have set themselves up for. They do have that utility to play with, though.
This is the flash here for quad, but actually there's no one under quad right now, so this flash should be fairly fruitless. Anyway, smoke comes in towards Boiler. They're going to be targeting Fry 1's up. Let's see if they can take him.
Fry. And the contact angle to peek come through, but he misses the opening shot, and they now try and swarm towards the bomb site, hit them fast, and use the aggression to their favor. Mick finds opening frag, but Boaster turns it back on his head as he will get that response kill. Jacob shuts down Mick as well. They're left in a 3 versus 3, but Fry with the timing gets caught off guard, so the 2-player rotate has to come in.
So unlucky there for Fry 1. It's going to be the 3 versus 2, and the retake begins. Red's taking trials to see what they can do. MP9 here. The angles are so long towards quad, towards pit as well, and balcony. Such an unfavorable scenario. They're probably going to retrieve the AWP and just save this one.
Yep, Red Snake will grab the AWP. Now just going to have to back off. It's not really gone the way they wanted it to, so XL equalizing once again at a 3-3 scoreline. All of these rounds are just being won off the back of resets, constantly flip-flopping the game.
But of course, Jack, that CT economy is so much more fragile than the T. We saw how strong that buy was after being reset. 4 rifles and a MAC-10. The buy going to come out from the CT side. Obviously, Red Stick can drop over a G1W7 can drop over a FAMAS. Could get a UMP onto Mick, onto Aaron as well. They could have like a 3 UMP buy, a M4 and a AWP. Potentially. these buys here are going to be weak. So far, it's been 4 force buys, 1 back-to-back. At what point, though, is one team going to give?
It's true. Where's that breaking point, and when can we find it? Aaron as well, still on the 5-7 into these rounds. Not really looking too good, but they do have a fairly formidable buy, nonetheless.
No AWP right now. Onto the T side, lads are going to be wielding the AK. He can wield everything, essentially. He's strong with the pistols, strong with the rifles, and the AWP itself. Heavy play here towards middle. Excel been exploiting the mid play and how weak, I say weak, but how easy Infused have been giving it up. I'm going to try and do it one more time. 5-7 for Aaron. 2 UMPs onto MCK and Red Snake, and the M4 onto Trials that was saved. And the saved AWP as well onto Fry1. They're going to be aiding Fry1 as well towards middle. Aaron, they're close. So imagine one of those players towards quad is playing anti-flash. Flash comes in, Mick could be blind. Aaron faces, gets 1 kill. Mick chimes in as well, gets a kill. And obviously you want the AWP, well, Fry1 with the AWP. Try to get the 3rd. Let's see if they can actually manage to do it. Both are probably going to be lining up the flashbang towards quad. And that could be detrimental to the CT side defense. Bomb still towards T-spawn though, so Excel haven't really committed and delved deep towards one of the sites just yet. So just going to be waiting and feeling out if there's any CT aggression towards Banana, and if there is, if they get that 1 kill, we might try and go for that. And there it is.
Yeah, they are forcing that utility. They force the first frag as well as they take the peek towards Mick, take him down. Aaron tries to respond, but he's in the close angle, but couldn't do too much as he will fall immediately. Fry, he's the only kills into the round so far as he gets a beautiful double, but he's trapped. Knows he's getting pushed from both angles and wants to try and retreat and just hold on to that AWP if he can. Just get out of this round as this retake is going to be impossible.
Fry1. He's paranoid to being sandwiched right now from CT. Going to be peeking up towards mid, but actually it's the wrong call to make. Connor towards T-step. Should be able to find Fry1 in the back. Or does Fry1 anticipate the play?
Slowly tiptoes his way down with his tail between his legs as he's spinning a little bit far out. Opens up the angle, gives the line of sight to Connor, and Connor isn't going to mess about. Will find the kill. He's let that one slip away.
They do indeed. So once again, actually say once again, it's the first time we've seen a team actually string 2 rounds together. Xana finally breaking the bank on the T side. It's going to be 4-3 now, the money reset, and the EQ are going to be coming out from the CT side. No upgraded pistols just yet. Or, was that retrieved? Yeah, it was, I believe. So, T side not having to invest into the most expensive gun of the AWP means their economy should be even stronger than it was before, but already 4 players here towards Banana are going to be walking into Connor's crosshair.
Just going to go for the stack play, try and bait them out. Possibly try to play the mind games, make them think they have them for the double banana push, then let them walk into the site and peek together as they do hold these close angles. Just try to complement each other on the crossfire here.
This is one of the silver linings of being an entry fragger. It's his first come, first serve for the eco frags. Connor right now just waiting for the CTs to peek, and the timing there is so unfortunate. Gets 1, but eventually gets traded out. Both and Laz will find kills. It's just going to be Aaron, and now make it MCK last alive towards that A site. 4 players staying alive right now for the T side means their money is going to build off of this round, and hopefully, in case Infused try and string 1 or 2 together, they can still buy out through the rest of the half.
Yeah, give themselves enough buffer to play with as they continue on. Excel just need to actually string these rounds together. Obviously, it was quite sloppy in the first couple of rounds, but now they finally grabbed a few.
Get your boasties. Anyway, it's going to be 5-3, Jack. And another buy coming in as well. So, Fry1 did get dropped the AWP. We are, oh, wow, okay, so I've just realized this, right? Red Snake has no Kevlar and he's invested 4,150 into the round, so they really are banking on Fry1's AWP. Do they expect Laz to have one as well? Is Fry1 going to overextend and give away the first kill? No, he's not. Laz's AWP playing towards T-stairs. He's holding for a peek towards middle from Fry1. We've seen so much presence so far towards towards Arch from Fry1. But anyway, it's going to be Aaron now getting aggressive towards apartments, finds the first. It's the 4 versus 5 now. Both trying to equalize the number.
That's the thing. Infused actually switching up a bit now. Once again going for the tempo plays. Gain the early map control. This is what they need to do. They can't sit back and allow the push to come towards them. They have to actively force out the round.
Yeah. I feel like if Fry1 took his AWP towards Banana, he could find maybe a free kill onto Connor. He's been jiggle peeking that angle. He's actually jiggle peeking it right now, so that could have been a free kill. That's one of the issues if you constantly show your presence with the up towards one side of the map.
Throwing the bomb around there quite wildly as Lazar, but no one's playing close towards Apps to hear what's going on, so they don't know it could be a late round A burst.
Oh, so close onto Red Snake. One of the issues here as well is the fact they're eventually going to be walking into the scope of Fry1. Oh, misses the shot again. Don't go for the repeat, please! Gives away the kill. It's going to be the 4 versus 4. Now let's see MCK and Aaron alive on this site. But actually, no commitment just yet from Excel. I actually thought they were going to commit off that one. I'm making steps towards Arch. Aaron's trying to adjust for that.
Aaron gets flashbanged out, so we can try and go for the peak, but the timing really isn't going to work for him. They just smoke it off and back off. Just massive mind games being brought to the table right now. But the double peak came out towards Banana. Red Snake will get the first frag, but Trials falls, meaning that this push could overwhelm. He tries to play around the smoke, though, Snods. This could be genius as he finds that opening kill. Charges straight through, though. The overconfidence from Infused is their biggest downfall.
Oh, shame that to give that kill away. It's going to be the 2 versus 2 now. No kits in the CTs. This retake has to be hard and fast. No utility as well for the T side, so fairly evenly matched here. Let's see how good these afterplants are going to be right now from the T side.
And the 2 versus 2, they have no utility really to aid them, though. Snods. It all has to be just off the back of their raw skill. They have no tactical advantage into the round. And Boaster has the drop on them as he slowly tiptoes behind. He being so stealthy. Boaster could single-handedly shut down the round now as he gets right behind, ready to try and strike. He has the trigger discipline as well. This could be such a huge spray down. They might get one, but Boaster returns with one. Just waiting as Aaron tries to bait him out with a bomb plant. Aaron just going to be holding now, waiting for him to pick round. But Boaster could win this out. All he has to do is just play the mind games, force Aaron to lose.
Oh,
that peaks like a mint.
Oh, he's won it. He's won it. The 10-second timer went off. He's won it. He realized he had no kit. For a minute there, I was judging why he would go for the full commitment there. You just jiggle peek, you find out that he's off the bomb, and there you go, you've won it. Boaster's fans, they're happy as always. Who's that? Is that Ross talking?
That's Ross,
yeah. He's saying something I quite like. He said they're only winning rounds off of the back of our mistakes, right? In a sense of, if we push and give away the early kill and it's a 5 versus 4, Infused are taking those rounds. If they play it properly and play their own game, that's one of the issues so far for Excel, I believe, is that they constantly, well, maybe we'll talk about that in just a second. I will eventually go down, but the point I was making is the fact that we see Excel constantly trying to read their opponents instead of trying to fix their own issues.
That's sort of the lifeline that Infused had into this round as well. Big investment with Fry there, obviously had the AWP, charges in, gets taken down. Early opener coming out. It's not really going to favour them too much into this round. The aggression coming through, though. Connor once again trying to get these entry frags, but Trials doing what he does best as he cooks up a storm towards top Banana.
Surely not again. It's going to be the 4 versus 4, and Connor gives away the first kill. Boaster scared there to go for the trade. And that paranoia, that fear, may come back to haunt him. It's going to be 6-3 right now. The 3-round advantage for Excel as we go into round number 10. 4 AK still left alive, and only upgraded pistols right now for the CT side. The AWP went down early as Lazar found the first kill. Let's see what they can do now versus these pistols. It's going to be the 2-2 defense coming up from the CT side as they split to each side. Oh my goodness, the fadeaway. You saw the bomb as well. Bomb is dropped towards Banana. They have the man advantage, and they saw Excel falling back Banana, going back towards the A site.
They know exactly what's going on. They know where the bomb is situated towards, and they know how to counter this now as they are set up towards that A bomb site. They're going to go for the double face though towards quad. They could give this one away. Aaron needs to land the deagle, but they actually do it with the timing, but it doesn't work. Lazar flicks round, finds the headshot so swiftly as they now got the 3-man push. They get him for the backline as well. Mick has to try and hunker down somewhere, get the drop on the opposition, but he gets spotted out by Jacob. He does land the tag, getting him on 16 HP. But Infused, they've let this one slip away now, Snods. It's going to be such an awful retake. They've only got 1 rifle and a smoke.
No kit as well as the bomb is planted. Trials coming in through mid. Red Snake already towards Arch. Smoke off towards Mini though, so can't really try and find a frag just yet. Jacob is low HP, but he's playing the headshot angle now towards Pit, so his HP doesn't really pay too much of a factor. Red Snake going to be picking up the AWP from Fry's dead body, and that's going to be the save once again from Infused. 7-3 now as expected. A strong T side come out from Excel. One of the biggest issues Excel have right now is that CT sides are lackluster, and that's an understatement.
The same can definitely be said for Team Infused, though.
Yeah, it's showing right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maps like Inferno as well, you kind of do sort of look towards Excel and think they should be able to pick this one up. As long as they play their own game and don't get locked into any weird mental factors, they should be able to close it out. And you can see the cogs are turning for them right now. They know how to counter this. It's not really working. Infused is starting to slow down, but they do go for the pause. I like this. You can try and take a bit of a moment out, try and work out what you want to adjust. Obviously, they have the time now to talk to Neil, see what he wants to input, speak to James as well with Red Snake, and try and see how they switch it up.
Yeah, I like the point you made, things going in their head, right? The pressure. Obviously, before, when they came into the Elite Series, they had no pressure on this lineup. They played with Echoes in the first week. They got absolutely battered by MDS Academy, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. And then they thought, okay, we're going to sub in Trials, bring our very inexperienced sub out, and just play with no pressure. And right now, they're 1 game away. They can see it in the distance, the fact that they're making top 4. And actually, there's a £10,000 difference between 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
If they win this map, they all get £2,000 extra in the bank. And is that going to be too much of a factor on their shoulders? Is that going to make them play scared? I've already seen some scared players come up from Boaster and co towards Banana. Let's see if that's going to flip onto Infuse as well. And it might just be a simple scenario where Infused play very scared and timid on the first map, and then once it's all down to the wire and everything matters on Mirage, suddenly they step up.
True. Need to try and reinvigorate themselves, get the momentum flowing once again. They save that AWP so they can give that back to Fry. That is going to be crucial. But the thing is, from Fry right now, we've seen him getting the odd opening frags here and there, but it's looking uncharacteristic of him. He's overextending. It's not really the sort of more passive player that we see that gets those late round impacts.
It's like he's trying to force the issue, but finally going to take the AWP towards Banana. Actually, I think Luz has read this though. He has his AWP situated towards top car, and he has done just indeed. Holding for the boost, but the boost is actually further back there from Fry 1. They're trying to see if Connor will eventually walk into their scope. Oh my goodness, it's so close. Good HE as well is going to take off. 50 damage accumulated onto 2 players. Nevertheless, they're 125 on the clock. Bomb towards T-steps onto Luzza. It's going to be the AWP onto Fry 1, AWP onto Luzza, and then 4 rifles to finish off both buys.
Still slow round though. Not with decision making just yet, as they are going to try and work their way back through. Mix boasts into elevated angle as well, but has that support from Aaron as he plays anti-flash.
Yeah, that's the issue right now, right? Is Bosa going to throw that audacious pop flash from apartments, try to catch them off guard? Anyway, it's going to be a very standard default coming up from Excel right now. 2 towards Banana, 1 towards middle, 2 towards apartments. Just playing the map control style right now, trying to see if they can take the control of Banana, take control of middle, and then try and fake, and try and feed some openings and some information off of those plays.
Trying to stoke the fire a little bit and see how it goes. Fry does go down though, Luzza lands the wallbang, and now they want to try and overwhelm towards quad peek out. Postal, a beautiful shot as he rips his way through. Mick might get 2, but it's nowhere near enough right now, as they're left with a man deficit. And that B bomb site is looking very juicy. A as well, just Red Snake as he's trapped towards it. It seems like they are going to resituate their attack and walk their way straight in.
Yes, the Molotov, but look where he's playing. He's playing towards the single box. This is a one and done position, Jack. He should get 1 kill, then go down. He's not playing in a scenario where he can get multiple kills. They're going to check it. No, they're not, though. Connor chokes it out. And now Red Snake finds 1, tries to go for the second, but eventually will be traded out by Luzza. It's going to be Trials last alive across the map as well. Has the kit, decent utility, but 40 HP.
40 HP. Could be the bane of his existence right now, Snods. He does have the skill in these sort of scenarios. We've seen him picking up clutch rounds before. Even though he's inexperienced in this environment, he seems to get his composure and the hype off of these plays. Knows how to try and lock it down, but it's going to be so awkward. Jacob and Luzza play complementing angles as they just hold back, try and lock down. Gives the game away early as well as he now peeks out. Maybe the pressure got to him there, and he will fall to Jacob. Neelam frustrated, and you can hear Boaster starting to get himself fired up once again.
So, round number 12 now. They do enough money to fire into this one though. A big 4-5 round loss bonus stacked up for Infused, as they are going to be granted $3,400 after each round, even if they do lose it. 4 rifles again, the AWP onto Red Snake this time. Obviously Fry 1's AWP hasn't really been seeing too much success. They're going to be switching in that one up. And actually Red Snake will be AWPing towards the B-bomb side. Trials as well is going to be accompanying him. And just playing the deeper angle. This is what I wanted to see. He's holding for a push towards Banana. He's not going to overface and give away the kill. This is where he could have exploited Connor's aggression earlier on in the half. MCK finds the first towards apartments. Once again, the aggression does merit the first kill.
We've seen that as well. This double push towards apps we saw in the past, it's so easy for them. XL never seem ready for it when they've gone for it. They've been able to get that distracting frag every time and fall back and then just play more of a slower style as CS.
Yeah, one of the issues with going for that push though is the fact that usually in the T side you're supposed to go towards T apartments, go on the bridge and then spam that, so that can't ever happen. And you can see right now, who is that number 7? Oh no, actually, yeah, Jacob, sorry. Jacob was actually spamming it there afterwards, so that's really what you're supposed to be doing at the start of the round to deny the push, but obviously going to be spamming that one too late. Bomb towards middle just again. It's going to be the 1-man advantage now for Infuse. Ross, the coach, said in the pause, don't give them the advantage, it's the only way they find rounds. Let's see if that statement is true.
Going to go for this classic play once again. It's the B attack with Jacob with a lurk towards A. He's got in there early to try and play with them a little bit. Seeds of doubt in their mind. They're unsure if it is going to be a commitment towards A or what is going on, but now all of that noise being made towards top Banana as they're getting ready to storm their way through. The nade soaring through the skies as they set that B-bomb site ablaze. Red Snake misses as well with the opening shot, but Trials in the elevated angle as he's punched up. Should have been huge into the round, but Connor starts to get the engine flowing as he finds the double kill. Massive amounts of damage being dealt by Connor there.
Steps on top of the barrels as well and peers over that CT smoke and finds a third for himself. A massive 3k entry there from the star entry fragger from Excel. Let's see what they can do now. It's going to be the 2 versus 2. Somehow, someway, this is actually equalized.
They've traded back. They're looking good into the round, but Mick is so low. They have to try and get the angle advantage as well. And Boaster playing up close by Jenny. He's ready for this push to come through. Luzza has the complementary angle as well. They face out. They might go trade for trade, but they're still in an awkward spot. Fry has no kit. He has to force the face right now, and Luzza's ready for it. He peeks towards him, and you can see unsure of what more he could have done.
9-3. A 6-run advantage now for the T side of Excel. Is this now a big enough buffer when they flip over to their CT side? The minimum they can get here is 9-6. This third kill as well, look at that, just whips it around. Got the kill towards CT, a massive 3k entry. And imagine if he just got 2 kills there, and it was a 3 versus 2, that still could have been around there for Infused. We spoke about it in the pre-phase before this one, Jack, that Connor had to step up on the T side especially.
Connor was always known for just being this incredible rifler, right? He made a name for himself online at the time where he wasn't as smart tactically, but he was unreal in terms of his raw potential, and he got sort of molded into this player now that knows how to play CS to a great pedigree, but also still has that aim potential, but it wasn't really showing up. It's sort of been lackluster if it has come to fruition throughout the Elite Series, but today, starting to do damage again.
You can see Jacob now with the bomb towards T apartments, just spamming away. And actually, he's denying the push. That's actually got Infused 2 kills so far in this half. When Dansky playing aggressive. So much confidence now for the XL side on the T side. They've won the clutches, they've won the early portions of this first half. 9-3 as at the 6-round advantage. The best scoreline Infused can hope for now is a 9-6 scoreline. They need that second half pistol.
They do indeed. And they are going to be trying to go for this A attack. They find the opening frag towards Aaron. This time there's no Mick there to try and support him. Mick, playing a little bit further back, will eventually find that 1 kill though. Trades it on towards Windansky, so they lose their supporting player.
4 versus 4. But of course, this scenario favors the T side, especially now that Jacob is our Fry 1, but somehow, some way, he connects the headshot. It's going to be the play towards B, and all they've got left here is pistols.
They were ready to send Fry off to the Burns wall, but instead he sends them down to the morgue as he finds that headshot. Connor gets ready to push through the smoke as well, but the tags come through. Trials is low. You can see him forced to retreat right now. He's a little bit spooked as Almas even connect that one. So they are going to be backing off. They have a little bit of utility, but that's all of it now expunged as the flashbang goes out. The peak comes round as well. Connor gets the drop on both from Connor with the double kill. They storm in. They make a mockery out of this defense, and Mick is forced to save.
Awful plays they're coming from. Red Snake and Trials towards the B-bomb site. 20 seconds left. They have to push you. You're playing the overextended angles. You give away the 2 early kills. And there you have it. The bomb site given for free with only 19 seconds left. I mean, they're forced to tunnel through that B-banana position if you just had a good crossfire. If you're boosted up onto second oranges in that scenario. They didn't even smoke towards Ruin. You could have even played towards the coffins and played the headshot angle. Or crouched behind the headshot angle and played a crossfire with second oranges as well. So many options there for Red Stick and Trials to hold on to that one.
This looks like right now, because of the buffer that Vexo have already grabbed, Infused are really starting to panic. They're starting to get in this situation where you can see misplays coming out, overextensions, just things that normally wouldn't occur with these players. I mean, Aaron, people like that have been there for so many years, you don't expect them to start to show the side of them where they are actually quite panicked.
So, if Excel 2-0 Infused, they win on the head-to-head, I believe. And that means Excel would have to go, well, Excel would go through to the playoffs as long as Endpoint don't 2-0 Reason.
Yeah.
So if Endpoint go 1-1 or 0-2, and Excel win this map in the next one, they will be top 4 and a massive underdog story because only last week they were fighting for last place.
It's true. Trying to grab that wooden spoon so you would actually collect it between them and Reason, but right now it's all to play for, so that's what makes this match so hot, so spicy.
4 AKs and the AWP once again for the T side. No AWP right now into Fry's hands. It's going to be the 3 UMP setup right now. Famas as well onto Aaron, and a lack of utility as well across the board for the CT side, and the Kalashnikov saved in the last round for MCK. Penultimate round here, round number 14 with 1 minute 15 left on the clock, and the bomb again towards T-steps. So they've had success towards B and A now. That's Excel. And Infused, I don't think they've even won a buy round just yet. They won the 3 force buys.
Yeah, it was the reset rounds that we saw them win.
As soon as these 4 buys came into fruition, they've struggled.
Look at this though, Mick can play close by the barrel with the support of Aaron trying to find these trades, but they take it slow. Aaron will eventually find one. Frank's actually Mick got the double kill as he trades out, but Connor responds so epically as he just finds that double kill.
And now it's Trials alone towards the B-bomb site. Red Snake going to be rotating in through CT, and Fry 1 panicking, expecting the impending push to come up through quad and apartments. Bomb dropped again towards top mid. 30 seconds left on the clock there now. Luz has grenades to sell the fake. They have to be fast here. Look at Red Snake. He's going back towards B as well. It's all down to Fry 1 and his UMP. He has no counter grenades as well. 20 seconds left. He has to go huge.
They're still using utility towards that big bomb site as well. Everything got thrown out because they're so certain it is the push. Finally, Fry will alert them what's going on, but he didn't even find the single frag. He needed to try and basically get 2 there to buy them the time to rotate over. It's going to be the late retake coming through. Red Take is storming in as he's got his running shoes on. Will arrive on the scene of the crime, but Trials is miles away.
Red Take for the retake. Let's see what we can do. Let's give the man advantage right now for Excel on the T side as they have good after plant positions and the bomb ticking away.
Redtake trying to live up to his name there, Stance, as he wants to try and do some damage. He's going to peek out, though. Trying to find the frags. Actually, Trials will claim one.
Oh my goodness.
Ripped away as well. They could possibly get the second here, but he's got a force to reload. Peeks through. Connor is so low, but he's just toying with him. Wasting time when Windansky's going to strike as well. Unfortunately, Red Snake will be looking more like Dead Snake into that round as he does go down. Infused. They really can't get it together.
11-3. My goodness. Final round here, round number 15. The buyer's going to come out with all they've got left in the bank. In their arsenal, it's going to be 2 UMPs, the Deagle there onto Red Snake, M4, and FAMAS onto MCK and Fry1. And again, the same setup from Excel, time after time. The 4AK setup with Luzza going to be wielding the AWP. He's had so much success and the early kills so far into this half, but they haven't been kills where he's pushed. Every single time they're pushed into him.
Yeah, it's been those response frags off just playing the close angles. Connor, though, he's been consistently getting taken down by the CZ towards Banana. This time he wants to flip it on his head.
Exactly. Karma for what happened earlier. Anyway, Molotov comes in towards Sandbag. Should be able to flush out Red Snake. Oh, is he able to see him through the smoke? I don't think he is. Push comes in towards top Banana. And Luz's AWP will find it again as another player just walks into Luz's scope.
They might be playing towards top Banana Stance, but they're certainly not the top dogs, as they let it slip every time. They cannot get a grasp onto these rounds.
2-man advantage now to the final round for Excel. It's looking like 12-3, and if Infused concede that second pistol, we could easily be seeing a very fast first game here in the final week of regulation in the Elite Series. Anyway, it's going to be Trials, MCK, and Fry1. Let's see what they can do towards the A site, though. Just Fry1 and MCK towards the site and Arch. Lazar again trying to see if he can get the first kill, but you can see he's peeking out now. They have the advantage, but so many times people have just walked into a scope, and poor and undisciplined plays have really been the downfall for Infused so far in their CT half. Trials
Needs to start rotating as well, try and push for information here, clear out those angles, because they know this is a straight up take towards the site. There's only 30 seconds left, there's no shenanigans going on. Fry falls as his angle sure can be good, but not if you peek from the opposite side. And the frags just go their way so swiftly. It's a 12-3 half.
Yep.
Would you believe it's Excel that are the ones in the lead?
You would believe it's Excel. The reason being is it's the terrorist side.
Yeah, it's true. This is where they have been showing up. I mean, they've struggled, right? They're a team that actually were pretty high up the sort of rankings if you look at the standards of the UK teams towards the start of the series, or the Elite
third,
series.
fourth.
Yeah. But then they just really started to let it slip, sort of massive online shake-up.
Online was awful from them. I mean, Castum in the Premiership and UK Masters, they were playing redundant CS. I mean, so far in the Elite Series, when they've played Mirage, they've only been able to get, on aggregate, 3 rounds on their CT side per game. Now, obviously, yes, they only need 4 more to close this one out, and hopefully they don't have a bit of a mare on their CT side.
And that's the thing, right? Coming into it as well, we thought maybe there's actually a lot of potential for them. That first week, they took a 1-1 against Method. Method at the time being the strongest UK lineup.
And that's the thing. We saw the same with Reason Gaming as well. They went 1-1 versus... what was it? 1-1 versus Epsilon.
Yeah.
And then from there, for a reason, I don't think they even picked up a map from that. So obviously, you're looking at the first week, narrow into the final one. Let's see, Infused. They need this pistol if they want a chance of taking this one. Aggression towards middle now from the CT side. Could they catch these T players coming back towards T steps?
Oh, this could actually be massive. He spots out the gun barrel of Mick. Oh. Doesn't really have trigger discipline. He just fires away wildly, but eventually gets one frag and gets out of there. Somehow he gets away scot-free.
Bit of a crumble there from Loza towards middle, but eventually he has his composure, lines that headshot to Fry1. Let's give the Mantis advantage for Infused now as we go into the second pistol. Let's see. Kit onto Windansky in 2 flashes. I said in the last half where Red Snake should have really bought the kit there and double flashbang instead of buying that smoke grenade. Didn't really have too much use towards that B-bomb site. Bomb is still towards T apartment, so if they want to, Infuse could sell the fake kit towards, hey, who is that? It's going to be Aaron and MCK. Trials and Red Snake have the utility. It's only 2 sets of Kevlar. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why has Aaron got no Kevlar? Did he use grenades earlier on? Has he bought yet? He hasn't bought.
Still got $800.
Oh my goodness. So the only person with Kevlar right now is Mick. This isn't going to be good. As soon as they push in towards this B-bomb site, all it takes is the aim punch from the body shots from the USBs, and that should really spell the end here. Make it 13-3, and from there, the mono be broke on the side of Infuse. It's looking like a very first map here.
That's the thing. They're going to try and double face together, try and entry first. If he gets tagged by them, he's going to go down immediately. He won't be able to respond and find a frag. He will just be completely out of the round. Right now, though, they are getting tags out. Red Snake will find that headshot over towards Connor. Boaster friends on the backline, though. Finds 1, finds 2. Boaster hungry for the triple kill, but he was forced to reload, ran out of ammunition, and was struggling to get the clip in time.
Bomb being planted now towards first oranges. The retake begins. It's going to be no kit right now, but the kit was dropped towards the B-bomb site, so it's not really too much of a cause for concern here for the CT side. Kits as well, and no kits right now for the T side. Low HP as well for these two players. Let's see what they can do.
Aaron going for these cheeky faces, and he will find the head of Lazar, pops it away. It's just Jacob left. All the hopes and dreams of the eyes on this one man. He finds that tasty little tap away towards Red Snakes. He just taps, but Aaron faces, knew that he could just play how he wanted to. It was so calm for him there. Just had to wait for the push to come towards him. Swings wide, hits Jacob with the right hook, and he goes down.
I really thought Infused were going to take that one, to be honest. It's a 2 versus 2. Aaron's on 30 HP. Red Snake's on 30 HP as well. You saw 2 bullets from that USP towards the shoulder. It was all it took to take him down. So somehow, some way, they prevailed. Then it's going to be 4-12. Now, but a big difference in terms of the rounds. It's going to be an 8-round disadvantage right now for Infused on the T side, as they are playing versus the Eco come out for Excel. They have an 8-round buffer here, Jack. So I think they're going to go for the double save. The reason being is they want potentially double op set up towards their CT side defense, and they want full utility and kits.
Yep, they're going to have to try and concede around if they want to get any later on as this game progresses. Infused, though, not really anything too substantial in the bank. It's only 4 rounds, so even if they do go on to win both of these as you expect, and this one being played heavily like a scout round as well, you've got all the SMGs just build up cash, it's still not going to be that noticeable. Excel won't be panicking.
There's a few issues here for Infused, potentially. Obviously, not having the AK or Galils means if they do go through Arch, try and peek towards Pit, the long-range duels, having a UMP at long range thinks 8 bullets if someone's got Kevlar, but luckily for Infused, no one of the Excellers bought armor. Another issue as well could be if they go into the first buy and they carry forward 3 or 4 UMPs, that could be detrimental to the T side.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they actually decide to rebuy after this, depending on how many casualties pick up. Jacob plays around the smoke, though, as he goes for the contact pick, but runs straight into a point-blank bullet coming out the end of Red Snake's barrel as he will fall. That's unfortunate for him. They've also got control of A, but they don't clear the sight snods. They're running straight in towards a stack. This could force a lot of economy out of their bank.
They have no idea what they're walking into, Jack. What can Connor do now towards CT? They get the first kill before he gets the reply kill.
There's Connor as well trying to come in with one. Eventually finds the dink as he takes down Red Snake, but Mick and Trials respond. The nade goes soaring through the sky as well to try to blow him out the server, and Aaron will send Boaster packing.
That could have been detrimental there for Infused. Going towards the stack, towards the B side, the Exceller plan from the very beginning. Anyway, round number 18 now, as the score's going to be 5-12, a 7-round advantage for Excel, and they're going to be ecoing this one again. You can see 3,000 onto 4 players right now for the CT side, so if they wanted to, they could even bring out 4 ops into that first buy, and that's really a testament to how strong their economy is going to be on that first buy. For Infused, only losing 2 players, and those 2 remaining players that did die are going to be reinvesting into Kevlar, utility, and UMP. So once again, the 5 SMG setup right now coming from Infused, and the full Eco versus Excel, so they need to stack up as much cash as possible. An error that could happen, though, into the next round, I already brought up in the previous one, is what happens if they have 4 UMPs alive? Are they going to go for 2 AKs, 3 UMPs? Are they just going to simply throw away all of those UMPs, reinvest fully into AKs, because they're in such a big detriment right now, they can't take risks.
That's the thing, right? Normally you'd see them just stick to those weapons. We'd say that makes sense.
This was like
cash.
If this was like 9-7 or 10-8 to them or something, but this difference right now, the stark contrast in rounds means they can't really be risking a UMP buy.
Excel would have 13 rounds in the bank instantly off that reset. Sure, Infused can really buy, but if they let that one slip, they're almost at match points. They just cannot really run the risk. The early tag comes through as well. They do get information, so this forces the hand of Excel. Trials
all the way towards Paul. That's the information he needs. Aaron gets stinked up, but luckily for him, MCK is going to be his hitman's bodyguard and save him there.
They try and play together as that nice little combo mate as they do back off. Which one's Samuel Jackson?
The hitman.
No, I meant out of Aaron and Mick.
Oh, right. Aaron, probably.
Yeah, probably Aaron.
Yeah, probably Aaron. It's the no hair.
Ryan Reynolds, of course. Mick here as he holds the angle ready for the push to come towards him.
Anyway, Aaron and MCK holding off for the push towards Banana, but let's see if they're going to walk into the stacked Wonderland towards Banana.
Let's see if Mick can win this dead pool.
Ooh, you're giving it, mate.
As they are getting themselves ready. Excel, though, ready in the backline, essentially playing this very slow. Was hoping that Infused would exit together, but they play it very smart. Everyone going to exit all the way back through, rotate off. They have the timing, go towards Speedway, no casualties.
This is the scenario I painted. It's the 5 UMPs. Are they going to go for a rush towards Banana with these SMGs? Are they going to go for a fast apps burst? That could definitely work. Anyway, it's going to be round number 19 now. 6-12 is going to be the scoreline. Infused is still in that 6-round deficit, and they're currently facing a tough choice. Do you disregard these UMPs and buy the AKs? Already one's gone. Fry one going to be wielding the Kalashnikov. MCK joins him. So look, oh, Charles as well. So it's going to be the 3 AK buy, as they pretty much wasted the UMPs there. But nevertheless, The bar is still strong onto both sides. Orp onto Lazar, Orp onto Lazar, Kevlar, but no utility for him. Goes to the peak. Ooh, gets flashed off the angle. Almost found the kill there onto Red Snake. Trials gets tagged up there towards Banana and might be exposed.
Oh, Connor, the deep aggression. Will find the flick, second-guessed himself a bit, but eventually does take down Trials. Always having a feud towards Banana, it seems, these two.
One man advantage now for Excel on their CT side. It looked good for them on the buy rounds, and the T side is looking like that's carried forward into the second half. Momentum has been kept in their favor. Infused unable to pick up a single buy round on their CT side. Smoke comes in towards Archway. They're going to have control of mid now. As you can see how passive Excel are playing. They had the man advantage. They have no reason to throw this one away. And a rule of thumb as well for your CT side defense was Inferno. If you are playing towards quad and arch, as soon as your 2 or 3 smokes fade towards middle, always fall back.
Molly comes in. They were trying to go for the boost play to get the contact face, try and find that opening shot, but the Molotov just completely cancels it out. And they know about it now as well, so they don't really want to reattempt that one of them play. They're actually going to go for it again. Surely this angle was being covered.
You would hope so, but actually Jacob and Code is playing so passive towards Pit. When Dansky can have the cover, the shroud from the boxes. Oh, Jacob eventually will go down. It's going to be this 4 versus 4 now as the Salt comes in towards A.
Mick just playing KZ as he runs in towards the side, jumping all over the place. Postal will retaliate from the elevated angle as he is perched up on a pedestal. And he lives up to that as well. Finds a couple of nice frags. Windansky and Connor will close it out. 13 rounds, Nods. They're so close to just dealing with Team Infused, kicking them out the door and locking it behind them.
Round number 20. Infused 10 away from winning this one in regulation. Excel only needing 3. Looking at the previous scores on the last half as well, it's looking like this one's definitely favoured right now for the CT side. It's going to be the 5 AK bar right now onto the T side. For Excel, they are going to be saving up 2 AKs from the last one. Cheer and Force as well, and the AWP once again to Laz. He's going to go for the same peak. Oh, I would have thought it'd be hitting that one. Going to be Molotoving as well towards mid, expecting the push, the trade frag potential to come out. Connor going for the same play did last time. And actually now they have control of Banana. They can leave Connor alone towards B. Oh, tested this KZ moment this morning. But he can just jump spot towards Banana if he wants to. They have all the information they need. Windansky's going to rotate back towards Arch. So now they're going to have the 1-4 set of run out, 1 player towards B. He has early information as well in case the eventual attack does come back towards that B bomb site. Let's see, the bomb towards T-stairs, 1 minute 10 left on the clock. So far so good from Excel as they're winning the map control war.
Seems like they will go for that late round quad burst as well. But there's no real active defense. They are playing quite far back just towards Pit, and then a 2-player setup on the sub. They all have rifles. Luckily enough, Lazar rotated towards B, or it could have been fairly awkward to actually hold this off.
Potentially. Connor playing towards Speedway. The reason he's doing this now is he can hold the push up through Archway, playing the off angle, and he's a closer rotation towards B. Smart plays are coming out from Excel. It's a strong defense towards the A site. And now it begins. Fry 1 towards apartments. The remainder players as well through quad. They need to get the early kill here.
Yeah, Red Snake's going to be trapped between a rock and a hard place, and I don't think he likes his odds as he will try and flashbang push through, but surely they should find these frags very easily. They actually do struggle. The trades come back in, but there you go. Connor will connect the shot towards Aaron. They're going to be furious about this. They have to try and go for the all-out aggression play towards quad. They try and flood in towards the bomb site, but they're getting locked down. The valves have been closed. They've shut it down. The floodgates have been tapered off, and Connor will find that final frag. So Infused still just letting these rounds trickle out of their grasp. It's nothing from them at all. You think about how much emotion we normally see from Infused. Just constantly Neil screaming this, screaming that, trying to get them hyped up.
That's when they're winning.
Yeah, when they go somber like this, when they can't win rounds, it's just dead silence, head in hands, so disappointed, and there's nothing for them.
23 kills in the CT side right now from Connor after 21 rounds, averaging above a 1 KD per round. Let's see now. HE's go down towards Banana. Just do some tag damage there towards Strava. The flashbang comes in for the T side. Can they take control of Banana? And eventually B.
Seems like they might just try and go for the aggressive play. Shock and all-star CS, see if that counters them. But Lazar's got the AWP. He will find the opening frag, but then has to reposition. Connor's in the back line as well. Will he rattle off through the smoke? Because they actually have gained that map control. Aaron finds the headshot with the Kalashnikov, but it's Windansky with a spray down from the sideline. They've got match point. They're 1 round away from closing this out. It'll be a 16-6 scoreline, and they could deny the chances of Infused making it to playoffs today.
Potentially, of course, the next map is Mirage, a map where Infused are very strong on. They beat Prophecy on Mirage, they beat Endpoint on Mirage as well. So Infused are going to have to do it a 3rd time versus Excel if they want the chance of making top 4. Currently situated at 4th place on 8 points. They need the extra 1 to be safe. So Pete comes in from Lazar. Oh, spots the shoulder there from Red Snake and will take off his arm. It's going to be the 1-man advantage already for the CT side. A weak buy as well. That's what's left on Infused. Pistol, Deagle, UMP for Fry 1, Galil from MCK, and a full buy in terms of firepower, utility, and kits run out from the CT side. It's looking like a 16-6.
And that's the thing, if there was ever one round you want Lazza to actually connect that opening frag towards mid, it's going to be the final round of the half. Here is Lazza! Just as damage actually comes out big with a 3K. It's all left on Fry. He is going to have a try. As he runs out, we'll find that kill back towards most of the headshot as well on Lazza. He is not giving up yet. He is a mean machine as he storms in towards a bump site. Smoke goes down to try and extinguish the fire as he pushes straight through, but Jacob will get the better of him. They pick it up. Excel get the first map. Inferno goes their way in an incredible fashion. So dominant. Everyone is feeling it.
A stark contrast to the Inferno being played out by Excel. Last week they had their sub Molan. Mol played well, but you can see the chemistry they have on their CT and T side, filling in their full roster on this map. Having the coach back as well, we can see the impact set on the T sides, reading the CT setups right now coming out from Infused. So far, so good from Excel. If they want a chance of making playoffs, they're on their way.
Yeah, they're really starting to do everything they need to do right. They know they had to win this 2-0. Getting into the day, Jacob said he was confident. He said, we're going to 2-0 this, it's going to be easy, we're just going to rip our way through. He expected that this was going to be their map, just straight away. And you know what? They did it.
Yeah, I mean, the issue here is for Excel right now going into Mirage. So far, have they won a map on Mirage just yet? Versus Method, they beat them on Nuke, and they lost the Mirage. So yeah, they haven't actually won a Mirage map just yet. They're going to have to break that streak if they want a chance of maybe making top 4, get to 8 points, and then gamble on what Endpoint are going to do.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's just one of those games where, you know, it could go either way. Team Infused turn up like Team Confused. They let it slip away. Excel picked it up. But someone that's not confused and was always absolutely on the ball, it's not Tom Deacon, but let's go back over there anyway.
Oh, what? I see what you did there, but it doesn't matter because I'm on cloud 9 at the moment. We're halfway there, Excel boys. No impartiality. Look, I'll even throw the sheets off. We're going to do this. We'll have the map one analysis when we return. I see what you did there, but it doesn't matter because I'm on cloud 9. I'm going to pick this up. Halfway there, Excel boys. No impartiality. Look, I'll even throw the sheets off. We're going to do this. We'll have the map one analysis. Welcome back. Week 7 of the Gfinity Elite Series. A must-win for both teams. Excel taking on Infused. After the first map, which was Inferno, they finished 1-0 to Excel, which means they just need to win one more map, and they can do this. Right then, Yasmin is currently watching intently with Charlie Pickles from Endpoint. Is it live, this quiz?
Now it's now. Look who I'm with. It's probably you're probably my second favourite.
I'll take that.
Pickles, everyone. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Ready for today?
Yeah, very ready. I feel like because we're getting to, the playoffs, the final of this whole Elite Series for the season 1. It's been very, very intense few weeks. But I feel like now is yeah. You're right. You look at that grin. How are you feeling though? Because you don't look like you're very nervous.
Pretty chilled out at the moment. Obviously, we've seen Excel take that first map. We need them to take the second in order for us to have a chance. So just chilled out, getting ready to play. You
need Excel to win. How possible do you think it's going to be?
I think the next map is their pick, so I'm quite confident they can take it. I think they play Mirage. I think they've got a lot of stuff on Mirage, so I think they could beat them. So I think we're in with a potential good chance.
Now, in this Elite Series, what do you feel that Endpoint has brought to us all?
Brought me, a very marketable player, the face of Endpoint. Yes. No, I'm kidding.
You are pretty much, let's be honest.
Well, I don't know. I think we brought quite a lot of excitement, a lot of clutch rounds, a lot of big rounds. I think we've brought some good players, flashy players, yeah.
And you and Boast, are you all right now? There's no beef between you? No animosity, no tension?
There's never been beef. We're best friends, but we just put a show on for the audience, for the fans.
Brilliant. Tom, back to you.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. Yeah, delightful. Love a bit of Pickles. He's one of my favourites, actually. I can't believe she actually told him where he rates in the favouritisms. But it happened. Let's talk about map 1, Inferno, Infused. What went wrong for them? They definitely weren't on the gear there for that, were they?
Yeah. Definitely not. I mean, better question is what went right for them in that one. I mean, their CT side was abysmal. We've seen a lot of poor CT sides so far this tournament, but I mean, in an under-pressure situation, that was absolutely something else. Really need to step up going into this second map, of course. It's a different map. It's a different, play style, but you've still got to step up. Mirage is one of those maps where your CT side has to be solid if you want to go onto that T side with a chance.
Well, you talked about it before we started the map, SEO, and you said about going in with a slow style. It definitely happened in round 7, didn't it?
Yeah, round 7 was a specific one where, like, for example, Excel, I said that they were quite slow in previous games. They went to about 30 seconds left. So this example, 50 seconds left, the CTs are using the last bit of their nades, and the Excel are only just, like, taking apartment control. It's just how slow that they slowed it. For example, here, Mix pushed into Boiler because there's no info, they have no nades. They need to make some sort of play or go all the way back. In this situation, Mick pushes, and then it kind of all falls apart from that one side, and Excel end up taking the round pretty easily. It does help that Connor runs into the small side and kills 2 of them.
Yeah, it's good for Connor to turn up. Okay, another early bird. They got their first win last week. I pointed out that he arrived first to the Gfinity Arena, and he's done exactly the same today, and he played very well. But so then at this point, Fry, what's Fry going to do? He's got the AWP.
Yeah, he tries to save the AWP because the economy situation was kind of rough, and obviously Connor just holds for the exit. Yeah. It was just a really good example of like the slow T-side play into a CT side that are lacking economy. So they had literally like no nades, and they knew if we wait it out, they'll run out of nades, and then they'll have to make a push, or they'll fall all the way back, and we can just push into them.
So going into map 2, I mean, what can we expect? The same sort of style, or because Excel will be riding high straight away. Neil M was off that stage, you know, faster than a greyhound out of the traps. I mean, he just went, and I guess he's composing himself before he swore violently to try and get the boys to generate. They seem like they started very slowly, and it didn't get any better for them.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that thrives on confidence, thrives on morale, and they didn't start off very well. So the beginning of the game gets tough. They can't perform at their maximum level. And at the end of the day, that carries through the whole game. They get onto their T side and they just can't put any rounds together. They start off well, but it's not enough. It's too late, too little, too late. And I think for me, that round with the UMPs, I said this to Ben, if it's a 7-8 half, fine, keep the UMPs. If not, you can't risk it. At 12-6, you cannot risk holding on to that many UMPs. It's too much.
Yeah, next time, Harold, can you engage with me as well? You're just talking to Ben backstage, and
you disappeared
to me as well. Well, I'll roam around. Do you know what I mean? But I was
Tom D. Gone, more like Tom D. Gone.
Oh, Oh, like it. Got places to be. The thing is, though, Connor's stats making it very difficult for Infused to get back into that game, because when you're playing as well as Connor has, and the stats that he had during that first map, he'll be hoping to take those through to map 2. 23 kills, headshots 20%, and an ADR 113.10. I mean, that's the sort of stats you want to have across both maps, but hopefully that will happen in Mirage. How will he play, Connor? And what will be his role in Mirage?
I think he's the big key on Mirage Pack. Last week I mentioned that they changed to the CT side and finally got it rolling by in the second AWP on Connor. In fact, Connor was in connector, like going along A side with the AWP, and he was the main reason I think that they picked up CT rounds. So Mirage, it's all on him, I feel. He's been playing well anyway, so hopefully that'll come from the first map and he'll be able to just take advantage of that. Yeah.
Prediction, and what do you reckon for what's going to happen in map 2? Let's focus on Infused. They're the team that needs to get this win to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, they need to step up massively. The CT side needs to be a lot stronger, and we didn't see a huge amount of their T side, but from what we did see, it was weak. They need to step up the whole game in this one. This is their tournament lives right now. There's no second chances here.
Is there any one particular player you want to call out that needs to up his game? And I'll take your prediction if Infused and Excel are going to win this, Harold.
Without knowing exactly what the final stats were, I would say Aaron didn't seem to have a massive impact in that game.
And so do you think Infused are going to get this, make it 1-0, or you think Excel again? Because you were right with your first prediction.
I'm sticking with Excel, I'm afraid.
Okay. SCO?
I think I'll stick with Excel. The momentum as well, as they looked a lot better last week in Mirage.
Brilliant, they've got that confidence. Right then, I'll tell you what we'll do. Throwing over to the casters for the last time in this one. There was a bit of discussion I overheard a second ago, talking about Harold's shirt.
Yeah.
Have you let it go, Snods, that I didn't compliment you on your shirt?
No, it's all good, mate. It's all good. It's okay.
Well, you've got the cufflinks, mate.
Oh, yeah, the cufflinks are good. That's all that matters. Have you got cufflinks on your shirt, Harold?
Oh, sorry, I don't need to draw attention to myself with cufflinks.
There you go. Listen, now drawing the attention to this map 2, what do we think is going to happen? And I want to get your predictions, gentlemen.
I reckon Infused win it 16-9.
You reckon they're going to close it out?
100%.
I think it could go either way. Excel seem pretty pumped. They've got the hype. They've done the hard part, right? This is their map now. It just depends if they show up on their CT half. That's all we got to hope for.
All right, well, strong 10 out of 10 shirt game for both of you, gentlemen. Take it away.
Well, yours is more of a 2 out of 10. But
yeah,
we'll let it
cool. You can have that one as well. I guess everyone's just going to gun me today.
Well, you know, mate. Bad in the cast, bad in the shirt department. That's what I'm here for.
What, to carry everything? Oh, dearie me. It's going to be the second map of the first game. Mirage coming out from both these teams. Obviously, Excel, I was wrong. I will admit that. Excel did win last week versus Reason of Mirage, and they probably looked a lot better. Question for me is still that CT side. It was so weak earlier on. Speaking to the players as well after that game, they said on the Mirage, they've actually changed and set up a little bit on their CT side. I wonder if that's going to be the difference maker here versus Infused.
Yeah, I think Infused, they just need to try and play to their own game really if they want to close this one out. Obviously, they still have a chance to try and deny this. They can completely block out endpoint of progressing further as long as they go 1-1. XL have to 2-0 this series. XL can definitely try and keep it moving, close it out. Mirage is about that both of these teams have been incredibly proficient at throughout their entire history, really, of these lineups, right? Mirage
they
played
love
so
Mirage.
much by most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Mirage was a staple for Excel and the last organization as well, Imperial. They loved playing this map. Plays their comforts. I mean, Laza towards middle.
Yeah.
Thing is with the CT side up on this map, there's two ways you can play. You can play the aggressive style, peeking towards connector, making the short jump, trying to get the first kill over the smoke. We see Smooth did that play a lot. You can peek towards pallets, push towards apartments, try to get the first frag for your team. Or you can play more passive. You can give up middle, you can play further back, you can play towards window, fall back towards connector for a second, go back towards ticket booth, holding for connector, holding for a ramp as well, or you can fall back towards kitchen, hold short. There's so many more passive angles you can play on this map on the CT side, so I feel like it does lend towards Laza a little bit more.
Well, the thing is as well, XL obviously have their classic play named after them. Their in-game leader, Jacom, has the B contact play, the J-Chem.
Yeah. There's actually a play on this map, on the T side, named after the RGL and captain from the XL side, and it's where you walk up B apartments. What is it? You wait for... well, I think
it's a contact B take.
Yeah, but Jacom pins a flashbang.
Yeah.
So as soon as you walk, get spotted, he throws the flashbang. You turn, jump out while the flashbang explodes. Anyway, smoke... Is that a smoke grenade or was that a decoy? I believe it was a smoke towards window. Oh, and he lands it too. Composure early on, and here comes the play towards B.
Connor seeming to be leading the charge here as he wants to go for those entry frags. He's been very effective throughout the series, really stepped it up after the first couple of rounds of map 1 on Inferno. Can he lift the damage and start to work his way through and chip at them on map 2.
And here comes the flashbang. It's the Jacob play itself, bringing it into the first round here.
Bringing the Jacob out. Let's see if it is going to work, though, as it's named after their IGL. Trials in the elevated angle, but it's Red Snake damage. Actually, the in-game leader starts to lead by example. Trials gets a double as well, as Excel had no idea what was occurring. Jacob's late to rotate over as he was stationed quite far back. He will arrive, but his teammates are already down. He's waiting for a bloodbath, and Red Snake gets another frag. That's a hat-trick coming out for Red Snake, and he's read it correctly.
Finally, we're hearing the screams and chants coming out from near them. This is the momentum and the style of CS we want to see coming out from Infused, the very high-skilled and high-caliber plays. One of the issues right now for Excel is if the players on Infused step up into this game, you've got so many players right now on that team. MCK, Aaron, Fry1 especially. These are players that if they step up, they can easily drop to 30+ kills.
They're a triple threat, right? All of these players have been contenders for some of the best aimers we've seen in the UK at times. Aaron especially.
MCK is probably the best. MCK is probably the best aimer in the UK right now. Obviously, Link on CX is challenging him, but of course, it's a much more up-and-coming player. And the play comes towards B as they find the first.
Going to push their way through, try and slip in towards that B bomb site. They do lose the first man. It's all out aggression. It's only for the bomb plant here for Excel. That's all they really want to gather from this round, but they're actually doing more than that. They're chipping away at the CT side defense nods, and they've gained site control. Sure, Fry finds one frag, but he's blind and forced to fall back.
Yep, low HP down to Fry and Trials. Bomb plant going towards short. We have Jacob coming in from short as well, so the bomb is planted for one of the T players. Here comes the retake.
Push starts to come through. Luzza still doing damage. This actually could be their round. Luzza with a hat trick. Goes massive with a Tech 9. He's got incredibly fast fingers.
Oh, he does indeed. Let's see if it's fast enough to get them 2 on the board and actually reset fully the money coming out from Infused. It's going to be forcing up into round number 3. It's going to be the scout play onto Red Snake. No Kevlar though for him just yet. Oh, whoa, was that him jump peeking?
Yeah, that was on the jump phase towards B.
Fast reactions and fast fingers coming out from the players on Excel.
That's why the women love Team Excel.
Oh, they love it. Get your boasties on. Anyway, it's going to be Jacob there with the Mac 10 SMG for Boaster. 3 rifles as well to finish off the rest of the T-buy. And for Infused, it's going to be the Scout. Upgraded pistols and the UMP there onto Fry1. So, first look at the CT buy. What's missing, Jack?
Well, you have a look through there, Snods. It seems like there's no kits.
There's no kits indeed. So if the retake does happen and the bomb is planted by Excel, things could definitely go south for the Infused lads.
Could do indeed. As soon as they get that bomb plant down. They've already gone 1-1. This is reminiscent of the start of Inferno once again. These teams not being able to connect rounds together. Windansky is just waiting for the push to come towards him as well if they do try and take ramp control. The only player lurking towards that A bomb site is they want to try and go for a late play towards that B site. But he will be starting to back off now.
So far, both rounds, they've tried to go towards B. Jump throw bind will grant the mid-window smoke just about. Use that lurk in there. It's going to be a Fry1 lurking towards left side window. The idea is once that smoke fades, he repeats from an off angle. Nevertheless, the mid control now for the T side is they're going to be eventually splitting towards B, but MCK is trying to get the first kill and try and isolate the bomb.
Boaster with a re-smoke towards window as well, so they're going to use that utility incredibly sparingly as they actually do get these smokes out. Slowly make their play through as well towards B. Windansky is going in, and he has the bomb. It relies on his teammates trying to draw the face towards them, gather the attention, and find the opening kills. So Windansky can slip in when he's unnoticed. Boaster will find the opening kills, takes down Mick. The scout of Red Snake reigns supreme, though, as he trades back towards. Boaster gets the tag on towards Windansky, but couldn't quite punish him just yet. Aaron is there with the deagle, but can he roll back the years?
1-man advantage, but making it equalised. Scoreline, and in terms of the manpower as well, it's going to be the 2 versus 2. Low HP there for Connor, eventually will go down. It's going to be Jacob down at 1 versus 2.
Oh, this could be an exact repeat of Inferno as they get reset by the opposite team every time. As Jacob goes down, Fry finds the frag with the SMG. That's a nice bit of cash in his bank. That's a defuse as well. Excel are going to be kicking themselves.
Deja vu from Inferno as the scoreline is going to go 2-1. Exactly the same scenario. Infused win the pistol, Excel win the force bar with the Tech 9s towards the B bomb site, and again, Infused are going to take it off the back of the pistols.
Honestly, though, the thing is, it still kind of favors Excel in some fashions. They're getting the bomb down every time, whereas Team Infused, it's a very weak, sustainable economy on that CT half. It can break fairly easily.
Yeah, we saw this exact same scenario happen where it was 2-1. Excel went for the full eco. They had no Kevlar, and they still won the round in Inferno. Obviously, a repeat of that would be potentially unlikely. Fry1 spots players towards, but they're not going to reface and then give away the first kill again. We saw a man advantage from Excel in the last round. Let's see if they're going to make that same mistake.
Pushing out early, but Jacob gets spotted out by Trials. He just rips him to shreds with that Kalashnikov. It's an easy spam to send him hitting the DECK.
Big issue here for Excel is they need to get 8 to 10 rounds on their T side. Their CT side is notoriously weak. If this goes to 3-1 and then Infuse win that first bar and make it 4-1, maybe 5-1 versus the Eco or Quasi-Buy, that could already spell the end here for Excel, as long as they keep the same CT size they've had so far.
Fry going to spot out Lazar as well towards short, so any chance of Excel really getting the upper hand on Team Infused into this round is dwindling away. Boaster's in the backline with a Deagle. Could pull out a potential dirty frag if he finds someone with their back turn. Really just biding his time right now. But the pressure gets to him, struggling to connect those shots. Trials will just bound through like an acrobat. Eventually find the kill with the AK.
He probably would have landed 3-1 Deeks there if you're streaming.
It's always, mate. Always with a Boaster.
Round number 5. Buy's going to come in from the T side, you'd hope so anyway, as they're 4,000, 5,000 across the board in terms of their economy. So far, 3 AKs bought on the Galil Lazar. Actually buys Kevlar, so he could have went for... Oh no, I think he's been dropped an AWP then. Oh no, he's been dropped to Galil, so he could have afforded to buy an AK. Instead, he's going to go for the Galil drop. It's going to be 3 AKs, 2 Galils for the T side, and for the CT side Infused, it's going to be the 1 UMP onto Aaron and 4 rifles to finish off the rest of the buy. Now they have kits and full utility. A big round for Infused to win. Reset that money again, go to 4-1. Play versus the Quasi-Buy. You're looking at a potential 5-1 scoreline and a 4-round advantage. If this round goes in their favour already, the contract play, the flashbang comes in.
Very commanding position being used by Aaron here as he plays up close and personal, but he goes down immediately. Connor lands the flick shot, headshot. Connor doubles it up as well as he starts to roam through and reigns supreme right now as they grab site control. A tenacious attack has been mounted by Excel as they have secured it. They can block off all the lines of sight with these smokes, go for a fully commit to the smoke, and Connor, talking about smokes, he's running like Mystic Meg right now as he flicks through, had complete composure and finds that kill. Red Snake will dome Jacob, but it's already too late.
Again, another massive 3K entry towards one of these sites from Connor. The entry fragger here stepping up massively, exactly when Excel need him. It's going to be the 4 players staying alive so far for the T side. Already 1 exit kill has been found. MCK now towards CPL. Lazar going to be peeking in. If he finds the kill, it'd be crucial to cause the full eco into round number 6 potentially, but who knows. Connor gets stinked up as well. MCK is going to go for the reface, trying to get the pre-fire on.
God, it's incredibly aggressive here from Mick, really pulling out all the stops as he run the risk. Attack down to 10 HP, the bomb is going to go off. He has to just try and hunker down, slips back through, just hide towards window now. No need to run any more risks, just hold it back. Boaster can't spot him out, can't quite get to him in time, and he will get through with that 1 M4.
So remember, that was the first full buy of this half, and it goes in favor again from Excel. If you're an Infused fan and you want the boys in red to go and make it top 4, you don't want the same scenario where these full buy rounds are just so weak coming out from Infused. Either they get too aggressive or they play too passive. They need to find a middle ground where you have confidence on your players, but they don't give away early kills to Lazar's AWP.
Yeah, they need to just try and tone it down a little bit. The things as well, it's going to be interesting how Excel actually switch up later on into the game when they get to their CT half respectively. The difference maker that we saw in Inferno, where they've definitely been putting some more groundwork into it, is the setups, where they went for the double AWP setup. Now, are we going to see something reminiscent of that? Get Connor on that secondary AWP, play 2 to a site. They'll then have more potential in actually locking down the sites early. Infused might not be used to a play like that, so a lot of potential things that could be switched up for Excel here. Definitely looking, side, yeah, they're looking like they've definitely started to put a lot more work on just basic setups and actually restructure the team into a more favourable position.
Yeah, I feel like for Connor, last week, bringing in the AWP and adding that to his play, definitely stepped up their CT side defense. Having the AWP on B short, and not just Lazar's AWP towards window, connector, and ticket booth towards CT allows the AWP to have more of a presence towards the whole map, catching players left, right, and center off guard towards middle as they're trying to charge up from short and even towards B-apps as well.
Well, it's just an extra layer of protection they've got, an extra safety net to try and close these rounds out. But it's obviously a heavy investment. We're going to have to wait and see. That is going to be in the future. Right now, let's get back to the present.
Present is round number 6. With a 5 AK buy coming out from Excel once again. No AWP for Lazar so far into this half, but so far they really need it on the buy rounds already. The first frag comes in favor of Infused, and that was the play I was mentioning, right? Not too aggressive, not too passive, but confidence plays there as they do find the first.
You can try and go for a couple of tempo plays now and then. You have to switch it up a little bit, play with a flow. A play like that, where you get the opening frag, then back off, is very, very nice.
It is indeed. Dink, landing onto Lazar, only 3 HP for him. It's going to be the 5 M4 buy for Infused. Let's see here, 150 on the clock, bomb towards back T-spawn, B, T-spawn towards top mid as well. Low HP onto Lazar, the Mantis advantage run out for Excel as they're trying to work their way up through short. Eventual B split going to be coming in, but are Infused ready for this? And so far, Excel have slipped their way through short. They're not ready for it.
They're not. Red Snake's not watching the right angle. Boaster instantly reacts, but luckily enough he finds the frag. There was no trigger discipline, but there doesn't need to be as Boaster goes big with the double kill. Start to raise your boasties as he's doing damage. Fry is in position, ready to rattle away from Kitchen right now, ready for the push to come towards him, but it all starts to slow down. Gets A little bit of tag from the fire as well, as they are left in a 3 versus 4 retake, and the call has been made to save already. They know they can't run the risks, Nods. This is not looking great. It's going to equalize the scoreline at a 3-3. Excel, they're going to have a bit of hype off that as well.
Awful communication coming out from Infused. They didn't give away the scenario that actually the play towards short could happen. They could even boost it towards window as well and gone unscathed and unnoticed, and they did even better flank towards the B bomb site. Nevertheless, though, the flank did come in. It's going to be 3-3 now as Excel win 2 bar rounds on the trot.
Things with that as well, right? We're seeing Fry still consistently doing work, more so now where he's playing to his strengths, where he's going for the early peaks, then falling back. But it's not the triple threat either. The normal triple threat we see from Team Infused is Fry, Aaron, and Mick. They're always working together as a unit, constant Wolfpack style plays, really just firing from all cylinders and dealing damage. They dispatch everyone with their on point, but it's not even 2 of them firing at the right times. It seems that they're staggered. You see Aaron get a play, then Aaron tapers off. You see Mick get a play, then Mick tapers off. No one's really working together anymore.
Round number 7. As the buy comes in again for Infused. They're going to force around the saved guns they had on the last one. Actually, are they? Aaron's going to buy utility and a kit. And yeah, so UMPs and 5.7s are bought up. And here we go. 3-3 to score, and if Excel win this and reset the money, they're going to get to 4-3 advantage, a one round advantage, but then you've got to look at the bigger picture. They'll reset the money from the CT side and force potentially an eco or a quasi-buy, and that's where they could easily have the 5-3 lead on the T side already. And they're getting ever so close to that 8 round buffer they definitely need, flipping over to the CT side.
A bit more aggression from Team Infused this time around. I'm going to go for the crossfire setup with Trials on the close angle. I'm going to support him here as they hold for the push to come through, but there's no real play towards A. It's just a lurker Windansky once again. Looking like they are setting up to go for that B play with a mid-smoke from Windansky.
Once again, I'm going to be lining up the smoke towards middle, towards window at that. Excel, whenever we cast from the T side of Mirage, it feels like they love to go for the late takes towards middle. They hold for the pushes across the map. They play the default. They wait for any aggression from the CT side, and then they take control of the map. Flash comes in towards connector, smoke towards window, and now Jacob towards underpass. Should be the smoke of connector, and now they have potential for the split towards B. You see the Molotov comes in towards short. They're trying to mimic a burst towards connector, but obviously the flashbang there towards CPL, and now Jacob can flash towards short as well. Here comes the split towards B. Again, it's down to MCK and Red Snake.
Mick peeks out, but he actually had the potential this time. Red Snake wasn't aware of it last time, but Mick, he is on the ball as he starts to find the frags, but unfortunately will fall as boasted as damage. A double entry, just repeating history as he takes control of that B bomb site. Fry is there, but you can see he has no chance to just charge in. He has to wait for his teammates to rotate over, but they are actually going to commit for the play this time. They run the risk.
Aaron has the kit. It's definitely some potential here for Infused. Flashbang comes in, gonna go for the jump one through the window. Jacob's ready for it though.
Jacob holding the close wall, but he actually gets overwhelmed as they push through, but Lazar and Windansky find their headshots. Trials, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually just backs off. He's way too late. He's arrived and everyone else has already been kicked out of the party, and the bouncer is at the door.
Trials gonna be saving the M4 into the next one. Scoreline's gonna go 4-3. He's gonna hear some players saving. He needs to keep this M4 into the next round. His team's going to be completely broke. He whiffs the spray completely. And there it is. Boaster finds the final one onto Infused. Oh. You can see, I mean, Neil's giving the right advice. He's saying, we have full control of A. And they do, but they're not rotating the third man towards kitchen. There's no players there towards short as well. If they wanted to try and aid the players towards short, if you go for an AWP buy into the next round here, the next buy, and that's going to be round number 9. This is round number 8, and it's going to be the Felica from the CT side, but you could go for the play where you play 1 B apps, 2 towards short, and you actually hold middle from B short, so you're closer towards B apps, just in case the split comes towards B.
Reading the economy here as well, they're just going to go for a very fast tempo play, just sprint straight through, no set pieces being needed into this one, so they can keep that utility. They do lose 1 man towards close connector, so that's an AK going to be scavenged, depending or not if they actually do want to save that. No armor on these players, apart from Mick, so they can run the risk of just getting burnt through, losing these weapons, rinse and repeat right now, as it's not going to cost them that much to rebuy into the next round.
Of course, for Excel versus the Eco, they want to have 4, well, at this point, 4 stay alive, just to keep their economy afloat, affluent. So they can buy up and try and reset the money from Infused just in case they do let one slip.
Yeah, Frag going to eventually grab that AK that was dropped towards bottom mid, so we can now just back off as well. Save towards T-spawn. No one should really actively hunt for him towards there. They're going to be looking around the map, believing that he is towards A. So he won't get spotted out as time has already ticked away, and he will save the weapon.
He will indeed. So, Fry1's going to save the Kalashnikov into round number 9. And that could mean he can drop over an AWP as well. Keita, if we can see their money right now into Fry1, if that's possible. So 2,500, they lost. Now going to be 4 on the trot, so they will get 2.9k. So yeah, if need be, he can drop over an AWP. 5,400 into the bank account for Fry 1, so he can drop over and up, they can play for the double or even triple upset if they want to. But I feel like the right play could be either the jump from window towards short and peek over that top mid smoke, try to find the first kill there. Play towards CPL short and have 2 players play towards the B apartments, play maybe a bait setup, have 1 player balcony, 1 player jump spot, and try baiting for that second player towards B apps, and have this AWP towards short to hold off and fend off mid. Let's see if Excel are going to go back to the old faithful B site, or they're going to try switch things up and catch Infused off guard towards A. No AWPs again into round number 9. It's going to be the 5 AK buy and the 4 M4 and 1 AK buy for the CT side, so no AWPs in play means we could be seeing an execute come out from Excel. Lazar getting aggressive towards apartments, trying to see if he can find the first frag, see if he can see someone jump spotting just as Connor did in the earlier portion of this first half. Bomb still towards top mid. You can see now when Dansk is going to be leaving the A site, so it's looking like once again, smoke towards window, get Jakim from underpass towards connector, smoke off connector, Molotov off short, flash themselves into CPL, take control of short, and then flash up short and go back to their bread and butter, which is the B splits.
That's their piece in play right now. They are trying to go for it once again, but this time Aaron actually switches it up. He goes for the connector face. Normally that smoke goes out, no one can actually peek out, but Aaron changes it up.
Yep, change of pace there from Infused, catches a player off guard. It's given the man advantage now for the CT side. Jakin coming in towards underpass again. Smoke comes in towards connector, and now they're going to rinse and repeat their default, but somehow, some way. Has he been dinged up? What is that? Aaron onto low HP, goes for the reface, actually gives away the advantage you earlier found.
Mick, though, hunkered down as well, but he is just trapped in there. The flashbang goes in for the blindness! Mick, more like Daredevil right now as he's fighting even though he's blind, rips his way through both of them and sets them back into the round. XL only have Jacob and Lanza left, and look how low they are. They're going to be limping around the battlefield. The bomb is miles out of their reach, Nod. This round is as good as done.
Marvellous play there towards B short. Let's see now, 2 versus 4, and MCK is low. Of course, so far he's done the damage he needed into the round. He found the massive 2K while blind to grant Infused a chance here. I'll say a chance, there's 10 seconds left. The bomb's down towards CPL. There's no chance right now for Excel to take this one.
Oh, Jacob's not spotted out the player.
There we go. 4-5 now, only 1 round separated these 2 teams. That would have been a massive round as well for Excel to win. Break the bank again, get to 6, play versus the Eco, get to 7, and at that point you're 1 away from winning the half.
And here's what's scary. Excel, their dominant side is their CT half. No, sorry, their dominant side is their T half. They are their weakest when they're on CT. And right now only getting 5 rounds with Infused starting to clutch at straws and work their way back through and actually get close to taking them neck and neck. It's scary. XL needs to have a very dominant half here and work their way through with a commanding lead to have a chance on their CT half.
Corner trying to thread the needle through that gap in the smoke, seeing if anyone's crossing towards jungle, but not yet. As soon as the play towards B doesn't work, they're going to change up the pace. And now they're going to be committing towards the A site, put in their grenades and get it ready for the eventual assault towards the A-bomb site.
We go for that burst style play right now as they slowly work their way through. The peak comes out, Connor finds the opening frag as Lazar will return it. Trials does damage as well with the AK. Boaster finding the headshot. Boaster in position towards Sandwich. He starts to rip away with the AK-47. Tags up through the smoke. Fry is so low, but they're still going to try and react quite fast from this. The Molotov soaring in. All of the nades keeping them at base. Nods. They're going to be so confused about what is actually occurring into the round.
2 versus 2 now. Fry 1 is low. They have kits on the CT side, so they can play the afterplan if they want to. But here it comes. Frag found by the HE grenade, and actually the spray whiffs. MCK on the 1 versus 1 versus Windansky has the kit, smoke, and control of the bomb.
He has that utility as he pre-fires out, trying to give his game away. Just play with him as he finds the headshot, takes down Windansky as they equalize it into a 5 versus 5. Windansky feeling the hype right now as he bobs up and down. You can see the emotion is there.
They need this win. They need top 4. Going into the Elite Series in the first weeks, we're expecting Infused to finish 7th or 8th. We didn't think they'll be in the running to even make top 4, and here they are. The Cinderella story as one of the UK teams battling out for that top 4 position. It's going to be the buy for the CT side, but the same can't be said, Jack, for Excel. It's going to be the Eco coming from them. Only Kevlar onto Lazar, and already the first. Whoa, you would have bet your house on that shot landing there for Fry 1. It's still going to be the 5 versus 5.
That's the thing, and they're so heavily favoured. They have the rifles to play if they have the effective arsenal. They can just try and chill out a little bit, take it a step back, and wait for the push to come towards them. XL only have these measly pistols. They have to play in close angles. Whereas Infused just have to wait.
They do indeed. Connor trying to see if he can replicate the incredible shot he landed earlier. Trying to see if he can find the frag, but once again, Red Snake playing towards jungle. Jungle? Playing towards bench. And there we have it. MCK finds the first. The 1-man advantage right now for the CT side.
Oh, nice shot coming out from Nick there as he finds a very swift headshot back on towards Lazar. Connor has the deagle ready as well. He's getting ready to lay down the law here, Snods, and do a fair bit of damage. The backline stab from Boaster as well could be critical into the round. This actually could be the catalyst they need to kick it off. As he tries to strike, but gets spotted out by Aaron, and he falls. That was everything they needed. Served up on a platter, but it gets knocked on the floor.
Such a good scenario right now for Infused. They're playing versus the Felica. Right now they're 5 alive. If they can keep 5 or 4 alive, build up their economy for the rest of the half, they could be able to have a buffer to be able to buy up continuously. Already Jacob finds one. Quick trade there from Trials. Resting finds well, finds the clutch. Collins, Budansky last alive, and eventually will go down. 4 players staying alive. Neelim is screaming away. Happy as ever when they are winning the rounds, because he knows how strong it is right now to have 4 alive, build up the economy. Well, I say that, but look at their money. 4,000 onto Red Snake, 3,000 onto MCK. Which means if Excel win this one, only 2 players on the CT side will be able to buy. Excel now, this is another round where they could potentially reset their money and cause havoc for the CT side.
Just storm in, overwhelm them, use that crew up Wolfpack style of CS. It's going to actually be a straight A take as well. We haven't seen too much of this. They have the smokes to play with.
Sorry, I think they're going to smoke towards connector and jungle and leave stairs isolated. Let's see. I believe that is the connector smoke. We're about to find out as the grenades do land, and it's going to land, yeah. So outside connector and outside jungle. Let's see if they can still hold it off, though.
Right, swiftly doing damage from miles away. They're providing overwatch for his team. We'll find that opening kill on towards Connor, but the retaliation kill comes in from Boaster. Aaron is ready, though, to shut down Jacob, and look towards mid as well. There could be a potential backstab, as Red Snake spots out Wintansky. Everything is going wrong for XL. Boaster has the round on his shoulders. He's got a double kill already, but he needs to try and do more, as he's left in a 1 versus 3. Fry is getting all of the tags. It's so easy for him to, if not weaken the opposition, but just blow them out of the server as he finds the headshot back on towards Boaster. 7 rounds now, grabbed for Infused. No signs of slowing down. As soon as they got that momentum, they have just ran with it.
Poor smokes coming out from Excel. A massive gap there. Allowed Fry1 to get 2 kills through the gap of it, and grant a massive advantage for Infused into that round. As we go into round number 13, though, the present is going to be 4,000. Oh, I say 4,000. More like 3,500 across the board, which is just under what they need. To be able to buy Kevlar, AK is 3,700. If they want to buy a flashbang or a smoke grenade, it's going to be around $4,000, so they are 500 short of having a buy. This could easily be an eco coming out from Excel. Go for a Tech9 quasi-buy with Kevlar as well. Maybe go for a B-execute, do the old Jacob towards the B-bomb site. Nevertheless, though, if they do that, they're going to be giving away 8 rounds to Infuse. And once you get to 8, you've already won the half.
Look how somber it is, though, right now as they go for this pause. Obviously, Jacob, the only one that's really speaking, trying to get some kind of cohesion here, just try and work out what they actually want to do. Research what play they want to go for, obviously, into this following round. But there's nothing else. There's no input from everyone. It's very sort of deadpan right now. Even Ross just.
Who's even talk? Oh, I think they're going for. So there's a few things you can do when you pause. Obviously, 1, you can talk it out and think about what we want to fix and all that. 2, you can go for the speech of "Come on, lads, who win this." You know, play that almost like Hollywood movie style. But anyway, there's also another style.
The Adam 5.
The old Adam 5. Oh my goodness! Shout out to Adam XO. Yeah. One of those types of chats. But another thing you can do on your pause is actually not talk at all. Keep things calm, because one of the things is you can easily bring forward your frustration into the comms, and taking a break from that could be what it needs. Fry1 goes to the first frag. Actually legs up Boaster. Going to go for the reface as well, but already a man's already down for Excel. Wait, what?
Jacob will actually find the frag back on the wards Fry, but Red Snake, with a little bit of support from Connor, will take down Boaster as they fall into a 3 versus 4.
Yeah. Shame there. It's going to be the 4 versus 3 and a 1-man advantage for the CT side as we go into round number 13. Look at the buy now from the T side as well. Galil for Windansky. They went for the risky buy here. They put it all on this. All on red, and it's looking like it's going to end up black. If this goes to 8 here, they're going to force a eco from Excel. This could easily be a 9-6 scoreline. And simply put, if they lose that pistol, this could be Infused making it to playoffs. So far, though, into this one, they're playing it slow. They're trying to see if the CTs will get aggressive and give away a kill.
Aaron with a peek out towards mid, takes down Jake M. Lazar is hoping that he is going to reface and try and take him down. Meanwhile, towards B, Windansky has actually slipped in. No one's aware of this, but he makes noise as he lands. And Mick will spot it out. They actually reposition the player towards short as well, so they can just find that frag so easily. They get both of the kills. Neelam goes wild as Infused get that round on the board, because this has basically bagged them another one for free.
8-5 now, 3-round disadvantage for Excel. In the last game, I was talking about a 10-round deficit for Infused, and now the change of pace, the change of map, and it's looking like it's going to be Oh, I was going to say 9-5 then, but actually, Excel, they're not going to be conceding this one. I thought they were going to eco this one, allow Infused to 9 and play for that 9-6 scoreline, try to win the pistol, make it 9-9 and then go from there. Instead, though, Jack, they're going to be risking it once again. So, Tech9 there for Lazar, UMP for Boaster, Galil's onto Wendansky and Connor, the AK. The only real player with the pure firepower is going to be Jacob, but no utility for him. As they're going to be going to the Old Faithful, the B-bomb site, but look at this now. MCK and Rensing, they've got the firepower. Before they had Deagles and 5.7s, now they have the M4s, the counter flashbangs. They should be able to hold this one off.
Look at all the nades going in. It's a very expensive take towards that P-bomb site as they slip their way through. They do get the opening frag, but Rensing towards short is doing damage with the AK-47. He starts to slay and send them all down. Wendansky will eventually wind that kill to actually remove him from the equation. The bomb's down in an awkward location. They're basically out of utility as well. They only have a molly left on Lazar now as it's him and Wendansky. And they're outnumbered, Snods. The angles are in good positions actually from Team Infused, but they missed the opening shots. Wendansky's able to get on the side, but he's waiting for the push to come towards him. Isn't messing about as he spots out Trials charging through, but he couldn't get a position to actually find the headshot towards him. He loses his teammate. The Molotov forces him out of location. Infused Wendansky gets the double spray down somehow. He goes huge into the round. They pick it up towards the Mirage, towards that B-bomb site. That is ludicrous.
It's a 3 versus 1 there. Trials gives away that kill towards the back of default, and Sunny's a 1 versus 2, and they line up for Wendansky's spray with the Galil. That's why you have the gun with 35 bullets. But that first kill that Trials gave away, obviously in the moment when the adrenaline is there, you're feeling it, you want to go and try and end it for your team, but unfortunately he actually just throws it. If he was alive there, that would have been the easiest trade kill in the world. But anyways, the MAC-10 now for Jacob. So even though they won that round, Jack, their money is still low. It's going to be Galil still for Connor, AKs, and M4s onto the remainder of the CTs on the T side. For the CT side, though, no ops just yet. It's going to be the 5 M4 setup right now.
That's such an impactful round to win, though, because Excel were basically giving away the final few rounds of the half. They were basically saying, you win the half, we don't have anything left to fight for at that point. But now it's going to be, you imagine, in the region of an 8-7, because Excel should be able to pick this one back up as long as they play to their strengths. Obviously, the MAC-10 on Jacob, though, is the downside.
Excel did not get the bomb down in the last round. Even though they won it, you can see a MAC-10 onto Jacob. If this was 9-5, it would have been a Tech-9 buy for Excel, and there should have been a 10-5 half on their CT side, and now they're just fighting to see if they can make it 9-6. Anyway, again, they've had so much success towards the B-bomb site. MCK and Redsnake constantly giving up the site. Aaron out towards middle trying to find the first frag and give another advantage for his team.
Yeah, the smoke comped on him a little bit here, doesn't block it off entirely, so he can peek towards top ledge and see if he can actually spot anyone out. Connor is barely wide facing towards the boxes at top mid and won't get spotted. Wendansky peeks in, but unfortunately Aaron will dispatch him, but there's the trade frag this time around.
Overstays his welcome, gives away the advantage. The 4 versus 4 now, but the MAC-10 is still into play. Jacob could go back and retrieve it, but it's looking like the short play will come. He's going to mimic a burst towards connector here. You can even go towards jungle if you wanted as well. Try to come in from the rear and get the flank on.
There's an M4 right next to him as well, but he didn't want to go for the pickup. Disregards it completely as he has to be speedy into the round as they restructure their attack. Gonna reposition, send their attack towards that B-bomb site. They find the opening kill as Lazar will take down Fry. That's critical. He's one of the massive impact frags into the late round that does damage. Mick stays alive though, but he's so low. Snods catches out the side of Jacob and will force him to hit the deck. It's all on Trials. They want to go for the bomb plan. It has to happen now. Connor with a flick takes him down. It's an 8-7 half. It should have been Infused getting 10-5, but it did not go down like that.
It did indeed. A massive 3 versus 1 from Wendansky is going to grant Excel 8-7 scoreline on the T side. If they win the pistol here, they could easily make this one 11-8. And at that point on their CT side, you could be looking at potential upset here.
That takes skill as well there from Ross.
What do you do?
Drink from the side of your mouth whilst you've got the microphone on.
That is hard. I actually spit water down me on the first map in Inferno doing that.
Well, there you go. Ross is teaching you something new every day.
He should be the caster.
He is the caster coach.
The caster coach lad.
The casting couch. Wendansky still bouncing up and down though as he is feeling the hype, obviously very pumped. He's one of these players as well that absolutely thrives off stuff like that on LAN. He loves it. We've seen that for many years.
Years of experience across the XL roster. Trials, they're the inexperienced player, has the strong aim, and we saw what happened in the 1 versus 3. Gave away the first kill and actually opened up an opportunity for Wendansky to take that one.
Moving on from this, their CT half. They know this is where they're at their weakest, right? They can play very staggered here. If they don't allow themselves to get an early lead, it really slips away from them quite fast. It all starts to crumble away. And Infused, they don't mess around their T-half. You have that triple threat, as we spoke about. You've got Aaron dancing through the server, Mick singing along as he finds headshots, and Fry just doing absolute groundwork. So it's always going to be a risky half for them.
Second half here, the final map of this best of 2. Essentially, Infused win this one, they're pretty much locked for playoffs. Excel, if they win this one, it all comes down to game number 3. Endpoint, sorry, game number 2, Endpoint versus Reason, right? What if Endpoint win 2-0, they'll qualify.
Yeah.
And of course, if Endpoint go 1-1, Excel will make that top 4, I believe. Anyway, Connor buying this smoke and the fuse kit. It's going to be the heavy stack towards that B bomb site, and it's a poor read, just leaving Connor alone. He has no Kevlar as well, so if the push comes towards CT, Infuse should be able to take it. If they have control of the after plant position, it's looking like maybe 11-7 scoreline.
Seems like Red Snake has read the situation correctly, as they are going to go for this play towards the A site. Connor is there. As long as he tries to find the opening entry kills and give his teammates enough time to rotate over, that's all they need, as they are going to flood their way through there, but they're not messing about. Look at this heavy aggression towards CT, facing together, investing so much so early.
It's going to be a 4 versus 4, essentially towards CT now, as the retake begins.
Going to try and flood their way through. Mick with a Glock burst, primed and ready as he wants to try and rip his way through the opposition. Finds a headshot to the meat grinder, coming into effect as he dispatches both of them. Fry will eventually claim that kill back on towards Connor as well. Windansky gets one. They're left in a 2 versus 3. They are outnumbered, but are they outskilled? That is going to be the question, as Windansky was overwhelmed as he peeks in. Couldn't quite get that frag just yet. Aaron will toy with him as Boaster arrives on the scene, but he's so late to arrive. He does a bit of damage, but eventually falls. Aaron gets the kill. They let it slip away. That's such an important pistol round that they have not claimed.
It is indeed. Pistols go 2 for 2 now for Infused. On the last half, they got instantly reset up at this point. It was 1-1, then 2-1, then 2-2 and whatnot. It's going to be round number 17 now. Excel, they have to potentially try and force this one and get that round back, but instead, look at the eco coming out from Excel on their CT side. We saw this happen on Inferno. If they lose the pistol, they don't force into the second round. They eco it, they eco again into round number 3, so they have the best possible buy into round number 4. This is going to give up so many rounds now to Infuse, and so many rounds as well where they can build up so much cash versus the unkevlared pistols.
Making their play in. See if they can find this kill on towards Connor here. He's the P250 lunatic that is going to find that first kill back towards Aaron, but unfortunately there's the trade. It's a Mac 10 as well, so Infused even getting themselves a bit of a cash builder going right now. It's a bonus ball into this round.
4 versus 3. Frag's going to be found by the Mac 10, and exactly that. You want the kills on that submachine gun. Already $1,800 found for trials. Oh, trying to make it even more. But unfortunately for him, when Dansk will land a nice headshot there, it's going to be the Mac 10 salvage, but the Mac 10 is not what you want in this scenario. Although, into round number 18, you could drop over that Deagle, have a Mac 10, play a bait setup, maybe play towards balcony, the off flank, have a player jump spot for you, try and bait you. If you get a kill that Mac 10, that's great. That's extra cash, meaning extra utility, or maybe even a defuse kit into the first buy round.
They need anything, really. Just some kind of lifeline. Obviously, these first few rounds should just be taken by Infuse in a dominant fashion. They are winning out a couple of casualties. We see Aaron go down as well. Obviously, Mick falls, so at least they are forcing them to invest into their rebuys. But they should be expected to win these rounds. They pick up the opening pistol, you get this next one for free. That's when the real game begins. But at that point, they're going to be sort of, you know, on that 11-round mark. So it's quite scary.
Yeah, they're going to have the 4-round advantage on their T side. Mac 10. UMP, and then 3 AKs is going to be the buy right now from Infused. Obviously, a massive 3K there from Trials versus the Eco will grant them a lot of money. And it's looking like Infused are going to mirror what Excel did versus their Ecos, which is going for the fast B split, and they're going to be met by 4 players from the Excel side.
There is the backstabbing Lazar as well, as he has been armed with a Mac 10 to try and rack up some cash if he spots them off guard, as they are going for this play. It'll be a swift take towards the B site. Just trying to play angles that complement each other right now, but it's Mick just popping heads from the sideline. So Boaster chimes in with one, tried to grab the weapon and gets caught off guard because of this, loses his composure with the idea of finding himself that AK so early. Jacob, though, talking about composure, the trigger discipline is through the roof right now, but he pushes in, misses out the headshot, and Trials takes him down the Mac 10. Lazar will eventually arrive. He's a little bit late, but what can he actually do with the Mac 10? Big early tag on towards Trials there. That
kill will be massive for him, especially as the AWPer as well. Buying the more expensive gun. If you get 1 kill here, this will grant you flashbang, smoke grenades. What's the point in saving this? I guess he's trying to go to a different angle, try and find exit frags from a different portion of the map, or trying to bait out the sound cue to try and force them to run at him.
Yeah, I think so. Just try and force them to try and exit together and then actually get a kill that way. He's going to go in late, though. Back towards the site from short. Could possibly find himself a weapon, but it's getting away with the weapons.
He's trying to tag up a player so that they die to the bomb, I believe. But unfortunately for him, they've already gone too far towards short. He's going to come in from the rear. Trials is low. Oh, tries to connect the sprays, tagging him down, but the aim punch is simply too much. It's going to be 11-7. The 3 AKs are salvaged, the UMPs, the submachine guns are taken out of play. Lazar there on your screens. Usually the star AWPer for this side, and currently 7 to 16. The players stepping up, though, it's going to be Boaster, Connor, and Windansky.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted to see. This has been sort of debated if it would be coming to fruition. Obviously, we saw it a little bit on Inferno. You go for the double AWP play. You try and take that risk. You get Connor and Lazar on AWPs. That way you have more control over both of these sites. Situate one towards A, one towards B, and go for those frags that way.
Red Snake towards middle. Going to try and sell control towards that mid portion of the map and force rotations away from jungle and away from connector. And so far it's been a success. AWP though from Connor misses the shot. And gets the second flick though. Here's the man advantage already for Excel.
Doesn't miss twice though, does he? As he starts to do damage once again, takes down Trials, has to reposition. He's scared that someone's going to try and take that mid control, but it's an all-out strike towards the A-bomb site. Everyone's flooding through. Windansky through the smoke is landing tags, but not quite frags just yet, Snods. They've secured the site. They can get themselves into afterplants after this, but the CTs are still playing incredibly aggressive.
Unfortunately from MCK, he does go down through the smoke. The spam is warranted. Connor wins the duel versus Fryer 1. It's going to be the 2 versus 5.
Too fast to handle right now as Connor sends him off with the concussion after that one. Aaron as well will drop to Boaster. Connor with the final frag. We spoke about that double AWP setup, and you know what? Just give Connor the AWP as he reigns supreme towards the A-bomb site. A hat-trick of frags. And Excel pick up an opening full buy.
The round is important, but what's even more important here, Jack, is the fact that 5 players still alive for that CT side, which means nothing to rebuy. They're going to have money in the bank just in case they lose this one. You can see 3,000, 4,000 onto Boaster. Yes, they're going to spend 1,500 on buying utility. But just having the money and a portion or a position where it can build. If they win this one as well, they're going to reset the money of Infused. And that's how they claw this one back. Make it a 9 to 11. Win versus the Eco. Make it 10 to 11. Anyway, 3 players here going towards B apartments. Bomb as well is going to join them. Going to leave Red Snake again alone towards middle. Try and sell that fake. And actually, after the utility is thrown towards mid, Red Snake's going to rejoin the ranks here with his team, and eventually the B play is going to happen. It's going to be Lazar with the AWP and Jacob to hold down the line.
We're actually lucky we didn't see Infused go for a play towards the A-bomb site. If they would have taken deep CT control, Fryer's AWP was just left in spawn because they didn't want to run the risk to go for the triple AWP setup.
Oh, I like this setup here. They can bait for Jacob as well towards window. First contact's going to be Lazar's AWP, but actually jumps out the window. They might hear that. Lazar though lands the first shot. One-man advantage again for Excel on their CT side. Exactly the same happened on the last one. It's not looking good for Infused.
Run the risk once again though. He's going to push deep, play close towards the blue chair here as he gets himself down towards the side table. They are repositioning their attack though, Snods.
Yeah, they can go towards underpass, but it's looking like they're getting cold feet. Red Snake close towards short as well. He's managed to mingle his way up there towards CPL, and they're getting close. MCK, the entry fragger right now for the Infused side, leading the charge, but another resmoke comes in. 15 seconds extra is going to be added to the clock, but they're going to walk through the smoke and eventually into Jacob's arms.
Go straight through. They do have flashbangs. They can try to flash him if they want to run the rest, but they peek straight in, and you can see the confusion there, that extra second where he had to try and flick to try and find the kill, but Red Snake has dispatched Lazar. They have no AWP support towards the site, so it's just a straight up 3 versus 3 retake with the AWP on Connor.
Good use of nades as well from MCK, will deny the fast retake coming out from Excel. Connor running off shots towards Kitchen, and actually Red Snake sees him through the gap of the smoke. Boaster's out though.
They're on the site, they're trying to cause a stir here. Fryer will find that 1 kill back towards Windansky. Mick takes down Boaster as well. Connor has to get out of there. He just needs to save. They're going to push deep towards CT. They actually might find Fryer's AWP as well. It's just left to a CT spawn, but they do back off. They know that they don't want to run the risk of losing too many players into this round, but the peak from short.
Oh,
timing is awful.
Connor going to be saving AWP, sees a double flashbang. Red Snake hot on the pursuit. Oh, he spots the toe sticking out there from Connor towards Palace, and now they know exactly where he is. Fryer 1 and MCK going to be joining the ranks in the charge. Connor 34 HP, 2 bullets from the AK will eventually take him down, but I don't think they have enough time here to eventually swarm him. Instead, they will be able to save the AWP into the next one. So, with the salvage drop, they maybe can go for a force buy. They can get 2 M4s, an AWP, some UMPs, maybe a CZ or a 5.7. But of course, if they lose that one, that could easily be their last hope gone. And actually, they're going to be ecoing it. They're going to be betting all their odds onto round number 22. This should be 13 to 8 unless Connor goes huge.
That's the thing though, that double AWP setup, sure it might be useful for them, they can actually win rounds off the back of it, but it's not sustainable. It's so expensive. So they had to try and win quite a few rounds to give themselves a buffer, so if they did lose one, they could reinvest into it immediately, which they just couldn't.
Good call here from Neil M to make the attack and the commitment towards the B-bomb site. A stack here coming out from Excel towards the A site. Obviously, versus the earlier ecos, Infused went for the B short plays. They thought that Infused were going to change it up and try and catch Excel off guard, but instead, Battle of Chess is won. Can't believe I'm saying this. The Battle of Chess is won by Neil M.
It's true. The tactical mind of Neil M starts to shine. Snods. That's what he keeps in that head of his, as Connor will find the opening frag back on towards Trials, leaving them and a 4 versus 5. Connor still just waiting for more potential picks right now, just hoping to do damage with the AWP, set his teammates up to actually run the risk of pushing in. He had to be the frontline infantry to find the cracks and really chisel away at them. Boaster was on the site with the AK, went for the confidence play, but they're starting to fall. At this point, Connor needs to back off. The rest of them can actually push in and try and find these kills.
It's going to be the 4 versus 3. Obviously, Connor now can try to play for Exis, but obviously that AWP is so valuable in terms of pure cash. Going to be peeking up towards short spots. Fry 1. Oh, he's going to have to land a nice headshot here. Whiffs the shot. Balls out the CZ, has enough time and actually lands a double dink there to take
towards
it
the
down.
top mid.
There he has it. It's going to be a Red Snake taking down the AWP. I think I've heard the swap happen. Does he save the AWP? He has, just about. So, Lazza, the man you want building the AWP, did save the weapon into round number 22. And it's going to be the AWP onto Connor as well. That's enough to actually buy up Kevlar. It's going to be the double M4. Double AWP set up. And now Boaster buys in 4. So 3 M4s, 2 AWPs, kit onto Boaster, utility onto a few players, but they are lacking onto the AWPers. And the fast play towards A could definitely catch Excel off guard here. Boaster's going to smoke it and get play close towards ramp.
Boaster is ready for the push to come towards it, peeks out early, spots Trials, tries to go for the wallbang, but unfortunately lets it slip. Connor will find 1 kill, tries to make it the second, but can't quite compose himself enough yet not to do the damage with the weapon in his hands.
Infused are low though, the 3 versus 4 begins. A man advantage and the health is so low. Even together, as an aggregate, it's probably around 100, so right now they need to land the headshots fast.
They do. This retake could happen at any moment. Excel, they've got the composure, they've got the timing, and they've got the weaponry, most importantly. When Dansky and Jacob, the 2 with the rifles, need to be the ones that actually enter. They double play together here. Fry and Trials. The Molotov comes in, it forces them both out. They just peek out. Short Trials finds 1 kill, but the trade's there from Lazza as he does damage with the weapon that he made a name with himself for. Jacob as well, the final frag back on towards Red Snake. They grab the kits, get the defuse. Excel get round number 9.
Yeah, poor after plant positions there from Infused in that 3 versus 4. Obviously the smokes are dissipated towards jungle and towards stairs, so it was too risky just to try and risk it back towards ramp or palace. Oh, that's a big 2K there from Connor. I mean,
look at that. That's a really nice shot there from Lazza as well.
Yeah, both the AWPs right now in play, definitely prevailing. Jacob, 6 kills and 19 deaths. Usually Mirage is a map he's very strong on. As long as he's the one calling the shots on that CT side, that's what he's here for. Across the board as well, I think so far. I mean, the first 3 weeks, Red Snake, to put it bluntly, was rather awful. And ever since I spoke to him, he said that he changed his style of approach in terms of like his mental fortitude going into the games. I remember like seeing him at the bar or whatever, he'd be like, oh, gonna lose tomorrow, or, oh, I'm gonna play awful. We might win if I don't play awful, whatever. And he always had the negative mindset going into the games. And then ever since he changed that, and he felt more confident before the matches, he also delivered more confident plays and more kills as soon as that round began.
Well, this is the thing. A lot of people on his shoulders as well. They're saying Red Snake needs to step up. Red Snake needs to bring the pain, really start to do some work. And it was never really coming to fruition. It always looked lackluster. But after last week, Red Snake really started to seem like he was actually putting 100% effort in, finding these frags, playing with confidence. Like Luke Critical Green once said, Snods, Counter-Strike is confidence. Without confidence, you've already lost.
Luke Critical Green. Anyway, round number 23, 13-9. Now, only 4 rounds separated these 2 teams. Infuse going to go the 5. AK by once again. No AWP into play for that T side, but the AWPs have been so prevalent right now for Excel on their CT side. The AWPs onto Connor and Lazza have really been the difference makers so far into these rounds. This could easily be 14-8 and a reset for Excel if Connor and Lazza didn't go huge. Terrorist side now, getting ready to execute towards the A site. The reason for this is they know they're playing the double AWP setup towards A. They want to warden off the AWPs, section them and quarantine them away, essentially towards jungle, towards stairs and towards CT, get the bomb down and have good after plant positions, and force an awkward retake for the CT side with the AWPs.
Pushes are starting to come through. Episode's ready to now burst out on towards that bomb site, swarm in from all angles and really overwhelm the opposition. Connor will find 1, but Mick trades it back. Boaster forced to fall back as well, as the site has been grabbed incredibly early on.
They can plant for middle here as well. And they're going to plant front of triple. MCK, they have to have control of connector and control of jungle right now. Otherwise the bomb, actually no, because it's planted front triple, it's actually planted for ramp as well. So this is such a good position now for Infused.
This is really good. The setup's coming to the table as they are just holding, waiting for this CT retake to actually be mounted. The CT's looking timid though, so they're eventually going to make their play over. Mick peeks out, sets Windansky up on a date with the coroner as he finds that opening headshot. Fry is ready as well as Ever so slightly. The push will start to come in. They're tiptoeing in. Jacob gets the trade, but they can't really play the trade game, so they don't have the manpower to do so. Luzza will find the flick, but he gets overwhelmed by Trials on short. They've got round number 14. They're 2 rounds away from winning this one. Neelem loving it right now as he gets hyped behind Mick.
He knows that Mick is the reason they won that round. He gets the first kill towards jungle for the T side. He kills the AWPer. They have control of jungle. He gets that second kill as well to stop and warden off the retake. Those 2 kills were so crucial. Boaster found that kill as well. The first kill was actually found by the CT side. It was a 4 versus 5 before MCK found the kill towards jungle. And what that meant was the bomb couldn't be planted for CT. As soon as MCK found the kill onto jungle, that allowed the bomb to be planted in such an open position to allow after plants towards sandwich, ramp, jungle, and connector to be viable.
I like this as well. You take the pause even when you have the very dominant lead. You slow it down a little bit and try and set yourself up, compose yourself.
Exactly that. I was about to say, one of the reasons or one of the issues of being so hyped up is, you know, all the adrenaline's pumping through you. You're shaking sometimes. Well, obviously, the camera's on Fry 1, as I say, that the most composed person there is. But yeah, anyway, when they have the adrenaline rush, sometimes your aim's shaking, you're not really feeling it. And what it does as well, for the mental, well, you're doing damage mentally as well to Excel.
Yeah.
Infused have won around, they're screaming, they're shouting, they've taken a pause, and for that whole minute, you have to realize the situation you're in.
As Trials blue tacked his mouse cable.
Yeah,
have a mouse
Genko does that as well. They sellotape it to their monitor, because if you play with your mouse really close to your monitor, you have it. Yeah.
If you're pixel sniffing, there it is. That's a nice view.
Yeah, it's so that your mouse cable doesn't hit your hand.
Someone needs to sponsor him for a mouse bungee. You know, Tanky brings his electric razor to LAN and holds his mouse cable down with that. That's how he wins LANs, mate. Good old Tanky.
Lovely guy. Anyway, it's going to be the Eco. Oh, wow, the Eco come out for Excel, so they're really banking on a 6-round streak. They're going to allow Infused to get to match point. Stack again towards underpass and towards B. Sorry, towards A. Means that once again, Neelem's won the Battle of Chess here. Ross and Jacob are playing checkers. Well, Neelem's playing chess.
But Red Snake's in the rib, but it doesn't matter. He gets spotted out as he tried to sliver in behind, and Windansky will punish him, grabs that AK as well, but they've already got sight control, Snods. It's going to be the retake. They don't have armor. They don't have anything to their name. Windansky's the only one with a rifle, and Trials will start the party as he finds the headshot back on towards Boaster.
I don't think Infused realized the fact that Excel were going to take the eco here. There it is, man. Man? There it is. Frags. It's going to be 4 versus 1. I just heard Neelem said nice. Man. Yeah, I heard Neelem just shout, nice, man. There we go. Anyway, it's going to be 15-9. Match point now for the T side as Infused are 1 away. Match point from making top 4 and securing £10,000. Unless something crazy happens later on today.
Going for the Bulldog calls. Keeping it short and sweet. That's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do. You got to keep it nice and simple so you don't clog up the comms.
It's true.
So, I'm trying to think right now. What's the scenario where...
Fist bump there from Aaron. Oh, a little bit delayed, but he eventually gets it.
Yeah. What's the scenario here for... is it Endpoint? Who's currently on 6 points? It's Endpoint, right?
So Endpoint could have made it through if Excel were to 2-0 this series.
No, that's I think Infused... Actually, wait.
Endpoint needed Excel to 2-0.
Really? So they're 100% out. So it's 100% Infused.
If Infused win this, I'm pretty sure it's 100% Infused.
Well, Infused will win a round difference anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a 30 advantage in terms of round difference, so they should be able to take this one. Anyway, though, it's going to be round number 25. 4 M4s. Well, chucking in an AK as well onto Windansky, which was saved instead of the last one. Auto play now for Excel. Execution towards A. Boaster alone towards the A side. This can't end well.
Boaster's ready for the push to come through, but will he actually keep their tournament lives? Still alive and kicking. Unfortunately, he falls. Red Snake with the one to send him off. Connor trying to do damage as well with the AWP, but he just can't quite find anything.
Oh no, it's going to be the afterplant towards CT right now from Infused. Molotov comes off to warden off connector, and now Luz has to go huge. It's the only real silver lining they have into this one. Trials has eventually go down. It's going to be the 4 versus 3. Auto play for Excel. They have to take this one.
Luzza with a backstab sets them back up into an advantage into this round, but they still have to get the retake off. Snods, they have to just overwhelm them, swarm together, but they're all playing towards CT. So Connor finds the opening frag, but they might not be aware of this, not expecting him to play this clumped in towards CT. The peek come through, Meek gets 1 kill, tries to do more as well as he just rattles away with this AK-47. The flashbang goes in to try and delay them.
They're sticking it.
They are on the... No! Jacob gets the default somehow. Mick doesn't connect the shot.
Oh, is it not landed? That's going to be 15-10, and somehow, some way, Excel is still kicking into this one. It's going to be round number 26. 5 more chances for Excel to force overtime and potentially make the top 4 position. MCK, he was tapping too fast on the head or whichever player that was from the CT side defusing, if he had just waited a millisecond before going for the tap, that would have been an easy headshot, and the game would have been won, and this would have been 16-9.
My goodness. What a mess of a round there. Into the late bit. You just couldn't see Mick being able to connect the shots. Didn't work out like that. Excel keep themselves alive, but they still need to get 5 on the trot, back to back.
Connor peeking towards the middle of the AWP. No AWP for Lazza, so they're actually going to be wielding the primary AWP onto Connor, giving him the responsibilities. Lazza and Jacob again going for the aggressive play towards BX, but this could spell the end.
Lazza with a rifle, knows how to perform though. That's where you give it to him because he starts to run absolutely rampant. Finds the double dink, takes them both down. Snods hopefully he doesn't extend here though. Switches out to the AK-47, but will hold back. If he goes overconfident, it could be their downfall.
HE comes in. We'll do a little bit of damage, but I believe it was only 8 damage. Red Snake finds 1 onto Wendansky. Still a winnable round here for Infused on their T side. Connor with the AWP playing towards Connector. He has to cross towards short. Red Snake instead going to be going towards T-spawn. Actually, Charles get tagged up. They're going to be falling back now, and Luz would have spotted the bomb.
Got to resituate themselves. Try and work out how they actually want to approach this round and work out what they want to do. Connor is playing aggressive towards Connector. They have actually smoked it as well. Deep towards their side Connector post the choke point. So Mick could walk in. It just depends if he spots out Connor. If he's double scoped in, he might not actually spot him.
He shouldn't be. Anyway, now, let's see if MCK can catch Connor off guard. He steps. He knows it's towards stairs. Actually lands the wallbang. It's a 3 versus 3. Charles is low, but this is definitely winnable. All down to Boast as he whiffs the shots towards stairs.
Boasted with a famous, but he's not making himself famous with that play as he misses away. This is ridiculous, Nods. They have to step up right now as they've got that side control. They go for the aggressive play. Mick deep towards CT. It's a 3-man retake from CT. They have 2 flashbangs to aid them, but they've got the kit on Jake M.
Luckily for Excel, though, Red Snake and Charles are low. MCK, the only player here having HP in the scenario. After plants are decent towards Sandwich Ramp and Firebox.
Going to start to push their way through. Everyone is in good afterplants, but he finds the first kill. He's very hungry as he takes down Trials playing towards Sandwich. They pick up the round. They stay alive. 11 rounds now in the bank for Excel. Neil M wants to close it out. The frustration started to shine through. Why aren't we winning this? Why aren't we shutting down the game now? They do not want this to go to overtime.
15-11 now. Another pause coming in. Probably going to be from Infused. Yep, it is indeed Infused. So, you get 4, obviously. 4 1-minute pauses. You've got to try and utilize them to the best of your ability. We see them take pauses when they win rounds. And now let's see what they're going to say after they've lost them.
This was the round with JKM where Mick was trying to kill him from CT.
He's on 21.
Defuse.
AK does 27 and 1. 1 bullet in the body, head, anything would have been match point in the game 1. For Infused.
No one wanted to face that. The smoke was down. No one wanted to try and push through. Obviously, they only had the 2 players left. The angle was covered. Just trying to spam through the door as he went for the jump face, but just couldn't connect the shots. Mick, he's going to be frustrated off the back of that one.
What are they thinking about right now? Bomb did go down. They could be contemplating a buy here. Weighing up the odds of maybe 3 or 4 AKs and a Tech 9 versus a full eco here, allowing Excel to get to 15-12, and then from that, getting the 4 buy with an AWP as well onto Fry 1 if they do deem it fit. Anyway, Ross there, the coach, doesn't do as much of the calling like Neil M does. Does more of the tactical. See, this is the thing, right? Neil M said himself, he doesn't really do too much during the week, but on the Saturday does the calling. Whereas Ross is the complete opposite. Doesn't do much of the calling, but does all the work and the strategy throughout the week and sets up the reads, the heat maps, the counter strats.
Ross is more of your Jakey in that sort of type of
From endpoint, yeah. The endpoint coach, of course. Anyway, Connor trying to rattle shots through the smoke. It's going to be the quasi-buy come out from Infused, and already the first is found as Lazza sprays down 2 players.
This is perfect as well. They need to go through this with no casualties, Nods. Keep themselves building some kind of bank to play with, because if they lose these weapons, even though Infused just have to win that round, if they start to chip away at them, find a couple of kills here and there, and they get through to a round where they don't have 5 rifles across the board, it's not really going to be in their favour. So they have to continuously get these rebuys out if they find casualties.
5 versus 1, MCK last alive. They're going to know where he is. Towards the bomb. Jacob towards balcony. Spots at MCK as well, goes for the reface. Lazza will chime in and aid his teammates. It's going to be 15-12. 3 rounds now is all it takes for overtime.
I wonder if I actually see that investment there, obviously, as well, because if they lose 1 round, they're out of this. If they would try and run that risk, buy into the double towards. They have. They bought into it.
Lazza, 7-16 was his score in the first half, and right now it's 19-20. Been stepping up exactly when Excel need him. But already, round number 28, the buy is going to be happening right now for Infused. 3 AKs and 2 Tech 9s.
The only thing I'm scared of, Snods, what if this could be a actually a misplay, because we've seen how aggressive Luz has been getting towards that B bomb site, and that's really been kind of the difference maker in some of these rounds, playing with that confidence tempo play towards B. Now he has to try and taper himself back, really just play more of a defensive angle, situating himself towards short.
3 players towards top middle. We're going to be seeing MCK towards underpass. This could easily be the B split, exactly what we saw come out from Excel to catch Red Snake and MCK off guard towards B. But enough is enough. It's going to be 2 AWPs right now for the CT side, 2 AKs and M4 to Jacob. Utility is low as well right now for that T side. You can see only 2 more smokes in place. They can't execute onto a site. They have to just brute force their way into this one. Connor, if he lands the first shot here, this could be OT.
Oh, he misses it though. He couldn't quite connect the shot. And Infused don't react off the back of this. They're not going to show their hand just yet. They still play it close to their chest, but the peek comes through from Windansky. Gets one, but he overextends. But luckily enough, the timing works in his favor as he's able to just slide back, smoke it off, keep himself alive. Look at Frag trying to go for the contact play towards connector though.
Bomb going to be resituating itself back towards the A side. They're going to leave the bomb alone though. 3 players here towards connector, the man advantage for Excel, and here comes the assault and the commitment. Connor lands the shot.
Connor getting one as the push comes in. They now know they've got jungle control, but Connor tries to peek up at Aaron. Lands a swift bullet right between his eyes. It's all on Boaster towards Sandwich to actually try to throw the round for the Boaster with a double kill. Hungry for the hat trick as they push in. Boaster will get it. Raise your Boasties as he does damage. The A site is being locked down by the man himself.
It was a 3 versus 3, but there you have it. Boaster himself, the loudest player probably in the UK, in terms of who's playing, of course.
Well, that's why his last name's Howlett, mate. He absolutely loves to howl.
Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't even know that one. The more you know.
Boaster Facts. Subscribe to Boaster Facts now.
Subscribe to twitch.tv/Boaster, I guess? Whatever it is. Yeah, probably. 15 to 13. It's going to be the eco coming out from Infused. They're going to leave it all to play for into round number 30. High risk, high reward. As of course, ecoing this one, it should be 15 to 14. Then it all comes down to round number 30. Going to be putting their grenades, and it's going to be the burst through Palace to try and swarm the site, and they're playing retake here. So of course, if the bomb goes down, if they get that first kill towards Boaster towards CT, and they have the man advantage, there's still a chance.
They're quite far back. Oh, they're going to be able to actually pick this one up. It'll be an all-out swarm. He's getting the tags off, but no real frags being converted just yet. They do have utility to attempt to retake this, but the aggressive push from Aaron works out. Takes down Boaster, but he cannot scavenge the weapon. The nade's going to go in as well. Try and transfer some splash damage towards them. They are a man down, Snod, but it's an equal situation.
4 versus 4 now. Fry 1 towards Palace could be the difference maker in this scenario. There's going to be no utility run out for the T side. They have to peek individually. Red Snake's going to be going all the way around, so he's going to be going back towards middle to try and catch the players off guard towards connector.
Trials ready for the push to come towards him. Will try and tap away with the Tech 9, but can't quite connect the shots. Aaron's going to have to be the one to do the damage, but they're left with just 2 men remaining. It's all on Red Snake. They're going for the all-out defuse. They're sticking it. Red Snake gets the kill, but it's not the kill he needed to find. It's a 10-second defuse.
Pressure mounting onto Infused shoulders. It's going to be 50 to 14 now. 1 round away for Excel to forcing overtime and getting ever so closer to making it to playoffs.
Infused won't be enfused, but this might be going to OT right now.
Yes. You're good at these name puns of Infused. What else can you conjure up?
I don't know. It's gone.
There you go.
Gone.
Well, I'll give you
Much
one more
like
round.
Infused chance of qualifying for playoffs.
Maybe. Of course, they have the 15 to 9 advantage. They've so far thrown away 5 of them.
Here's actually a talking point as well. This is brilliant for Endpoint because this is going into OT. This could really start to affect the round difference.
Yeah, you're right, actually. They lost the first map in a convincing fashion. That's already 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So that's 21.
If this goes to OT, it could really start to mess with them, Snods.
So, push here from Boaster. Should get all the information they need. You can see his crosshair shaking as the pressure is here onto round number 30. Aggression now towards B. Surely someone should rotate back towards the B bomb site. Lazar, though, with the AWP holding the line. He has to land the first kill here.
Lazar is ready to strike at the right moment. Just depends how they play it. They do have utility. They could try and flash peek out, go for more aggressive phase. Mick goes for the crouch peek, but he's ready for it. Adjusts his crosshair ever so slightly as he lowers himself down, removes him. This is them trying to force it into OT. Snods, look at the back peek. This could all be on Boaster. Boaster can close this out right now as they flood towards him. Boaster's ready. Red Snake getting his pants around his ankles as he finds the opening kill. Drops off, ready to try and do even more. Boaster ripping his way through all of them. Unfortunately, will fall to trials, but it's 2 versus 4. They're outnumbered 2 to 1. XL could take it to OT.
Round number 30, Aaron and Trials in the 2 versus 4. So far, so good coming out from Excel. 5 rounds of the Tron. It's looking like they're going to make it 6 hit, as they are heavy favourites into this round. If it goes to overtime as well, the mental fortitude should be lacking from Infused, giving away 6 match points.
Trying to push their way in. Or will Windansky go out on a whim, or will he actually be able to pick this round up as he's hunkered down in a good position? Peeks out, Windansky gets one, double faces Windansky with a second! The hype is there! They forced it into overtime! They are feeding off these rounds right now as they do clutch it out. They're so close as we move on now into the first round of overtime.
You can see what this means to them. Neilem can't even look at the camera, ashamed as to the throw that's just happened. Being the IGL and caller, you can take all the credit you want for when Infused are winning, but you have to take the blame as well when they do lose.
It's a bigger throw than Windansky lobbing his headset after winning the round.
You're right there, mate. You are right. Let's see if Excel are going to be making it to top 4, or they're going to descend to 5th. They are going to overtime. 1st to 19 wins this one. Pickles there, going to be walking into the crowd. He's praying with his hands next to his face. Of course, if Excel win this one, Endpoint could be in the running to make top 4.
Who knew it would come down to a battle of Boaster versus Pickles, even towards the playoffs?
There you go.
Look at Boaster. He is
loving
it. Absolutely hyped up right now. Windansky trying to compose himself after that one.
Oh my goodness, he can't even...
He's struggling to
How is he supposed to hold his mouse if he can't even put his earbuds in?
He's going to be shaking.
Oh, dearie me. He loves the caffeine pills. He wants to be ready, hyped, and focused. Doesn't want to take any chances.
Neil, though, absolutely somber. Blank expression on his face, just done. It's Mick doing all the talking, and there he is.
There he is.
All the
Pickles on your screen. Can we get a shot, Pickles? Come on, there he is, praying right now.
Once his boy Boaster going for the win. The Endpoint crew there, Ads just to the left as well, the owner of the organisation.
That's actually Pete, mate.
Well, no, next to Pete.
Oh, yeah,
there was
next to
Ads.
Pete. Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, come
I know
on.
my endpoints.
Look.
It's the
So
endpoint
do
of your
I.
career.
Yeah, it was. And here I am now. Oh, dearie me. Still waiting for overtime, of course, for Windansky to eventually be ready and calm himself down. Usually when we see Excel play, he's shaking, he's jittering, he's moving his chair back and forth. The pure adrenaline. Boaster as well going to be resetting his earbuds. Of course, you know, you're playing for an hour or whatnot. Those in-ears can
get that bit of in-ear
they get
pain.
really uncomfortable, especially with the headsets as well.
Yeah. They're quite sweaty.
Yeah, they push the in-ears in even more.
I remember, I think it was Shocks, got an in-ear stuck in his ear once, and Messioso had to cut it out.
What?
Yeah, had to cut the cable off because it was like stuck in there, and they couldn't get it out. Oh no, it was the inner bit of the in-ear, the little silicone bit. That got stuck inside his eardrum.
Jesus.
Nightmare. Neil M though, just looking so sad.
It's a nightmare for him as well, isn't it?
This is
He's not even going to be here next week, is he?
Might not be.
No, he's going off to Vegas, going on holiday to watch the McGregor fight.
Well, we're going to see if they will actually be able to qualify for this, or if it is going to be Excel that can try and deny that.
Who knows? Maybe if Excel win this, Infused can join him.
Yeah, it's true.
On the holiday. So, a lot of storylines going into this overtime. Winner of this one essentially has a running chance of making top 4. Excel, they win this one, and Endpoint going to go 1-1 or 0-2. Excel make top 4. Infused to take this map, and they are going to be claiming that playoff spot. And £2,000 each. 10,000 in total, but £2,000 each. Anyway, here it comes. First round of OT. Infused are going to be sticking on that T side. That could actually be very detrimental.
This is what I was just thinking, right? Excel, they have that overtime cash. They can invest into the AWP, but they need to try and get these rounds right now because the risk factor is, in an overtime situation like this, if you lose those AWPs, they basically cannot buy for the 3rd round of OT on their first half.
Bomb towards ramp. Alongside him is going to be Trials. Aaron towards Palace as well. Red Snake throws the nades towards middle, and eventually going to be rejoining the ranks towards the A side. They're going to leave MCK alone towards underpass to bring in the lurk eventually once the execution does land towards A. They're going to be going for this execute. It worked for them the previous rounds. They get the bomb down. It's the after plans that have been lacking so far for Infused.
Smoke's going to soar over as they once again want to try and go for this play towards the site. Do attempt to block it off. The nades are going to roll in. Connor gets the opening frag back towards Aaron as they already have the one-man advantage into this round. Look at this. Infused look timid as they slowly try and take that map control. Not the normal aggressive burst towards CT that we've been seeing repeated round and round again.
Plant's going to come in. It's planted for ramp here, but Windansky towards window. Should be able to find the frag onto MCK. Goes in towards connector, and they know exactly where he is. Going to smoke himself out as well. Smart play here. But you have Connor there with the op towards jungle. Should be able to find the frag. Maybe turn into a 5 versus 3.
Windansky keeping him busy as well. Look at this, playing the mind games with him, forcing him to fall back a little bit right now, but they have to try and react soon. They do have free kits, and they have the AWPs for the retake as well, but it's going to be awkward. The Molotov goes in, they force him out. Lazar gets the shot as per usual, up to his old tricks. Red Snake is hunkered down by Sandwich, ready for him to swarm across, but the smoke's going in. Boaster removes him. Windansky peeks out, but Mick will eliminate him. It's all left on Fry now, playing towards ramp. The bomb is being defused. They get it, but they go down. They lose one of those AWPs. The thing is here, Connor has to reinvest now into an M4, and he needs to keep that, or else he will not be able to buy it into the third round.
16-15. Excel now 3 away from taking this one in overtime. First to 19.
That's risky.
What is it? Oh,
Full
yeah, look at that,
investment.
$50. Of course, if they lose this one, though, and it does go to 16-16, I believe someone can drop him a weapon into the next one. But of course, that's all hearsay. We're not actually sure of that. 3 AWPs have been bought already after just 2 rounds of OT for Excel on the CT side. Infused going to be going for the 5 AK buy once again. No AWP for them. They've tried the A site so many times, and time after time again, they get the bomb down. They have the after plants, but they let it slip at that point. They're not playing crossfires, they're not double facing, they're not peeking with flashbangs or utility. Instead, they allow Excel just to storm the sites and roll over them.
Looking at Infused, this one going to take a page out of Excel's book on their T side. You get the smoke towards mid, short flashbang going through. You then take your approach round. But Windansky is actually here, just waiting for the right moment to strike through the backline. They're not clearing it either. They're just running straight in. He's making so much noise. How is no one reacting to this right now as he charges in from behind? Fine, once go, it's Lazar to have done all the damage already. Everyone is falling. It's trapped on Mick, but it's towards Ace Nods. He's miles away.
MCK now on the 1 versus 2. Infused would be so upset if they lose this one and finish 5th. I mean, all these weeks, they were so confident and cocky and being arrogant in the player room and the green room giving it. And the fact that they were going to make top 4 and it's looking like Karma's going to come back around.
It's true, mate. As it's just on Mick. He was miles away. Might as well have been in Cuba, how far away he was there, living it up with Thomas. As he eventually arrives on the scene, they're ready to do some damage. As he is going to peek out. He's got 35 seconds to try and find both of these kills and win the round for Infused. He will slowly tiptoe through. He has the AK ready. And a tad of utility, the flashbang and the molly. Windansky isn't focusing towards their Connor as well, just thinking that he is going to be coming in from the rotate towards the A site. The Molotov goes out, so he has given his position away now. They know where he is. He dives out trying to gain control of the bomb. Windansky will spot him out, but he loses his head. But Connor with a trade frag with the AWP.
17-15, a 2-round advantage into overtime. Infused maybe broke into the final round of the first half of the first overtime. Round number 33. Pickles there, still believing. Here we go. Round number 34, actually, sorry. Round number 44. 5 AKs once again. Infused have had the bomb plants, but not the round wins. They need to convert the after plants into their success, and they need 16 on the board. If this ends 15-18, Excel will have 3 chances at match point. And it was 15-9. It's been, oh my goodness. It's looking like it might be 9 rounds of the trot here from the CT side of Excel.
Windansky opening it up straight away for the smoke. Windansky with a double kill as well. Red Snake wants to try and take it out, but Windansky gets another one, and Connor comes in. It's all left on Trials, as he is going to just try and make his approach towards the bomb site. Sure, he has the bomb snods, but he can't ever make his approach through. There's too many angles, too many positions where the CTs can just pop out, take him down. They can play for trades. They can play this however they want to. They have such a firm grasp onto the round, and Trials, no matter how much he attempts to make them budge, shouldn't be able to do so. Does get the first frag, tries to get the second as well, as he rips off a tremendous amount of shots towards Connor. But Connor peeks, tagging him down with the pistol as well. You can see the mind games coming into effect. He's losing all composure as he begins to panic.
Molly comes out towards triple. Finds the kill eventually onto Connor, but still a 1 versus 3. Windansky's low. All flashbang towards jungle. Luz is not blind. There's the cross with the AWP. Gonna smoke it though. No players towards CT right now, so Trials could go for the plant. But a poor smoke means a poor round and a poor half coming out for Infused. It's 15-8. 3 match points now for Excel.
And Excel, normally at their weakest, they're, you know, you can just break your way through them so easily on their CT half, but their CT half has been dominant. You get the 3 rounds off on your first round of overtime. All they have to do is win 1 to close this out on their T half snods. I think you've got to be believing that Excel are going to excel their way through and close this out in a 2-0 fashion now.
If they do, if this finishes 15-19, that would mean 10 rounds in a row lost for Infused on their T side. And I said it before, Neil M, he constantly says the success from Infused is his calling on the T side. Yes, when you're winning, you can take all the credit, but you have to take the blame as well for when you're losing.
Exactly. There's been nothing, no ingenuity there. They just didn't switch it up. They did the same old every time. You were gaining control of that A bomb side, but that doesn't matter if you're losing it out every round. There's Jakey as well, the coach for Endpoint, hoping that their tournament lives might still be working their way through.
Internship, of course. It's going to be 18-15, match point. 3 chances for Excel to close this one out on the T side. Let's see what they're going to go for into this final round here as we go into round number 35. Tech 9 for Lazar, obviously going to be dropped the AWP, so they are going to be fully buying into this one. Or not.
Yeah. What's Lazar's spawn here as well? Where's he going for?
He's going to be peeking towards Palace. So, it's going to be one towards Palace. Luz having the good spawn as well. Going to be expecting a player there from the CT side, but no one getting aggressive just yet. Actually, no, Luz went towards B. Sorry, I misread that one. So, Wendanski towards Palace. Jacob, Luz towards B apartments once again. Red Snake, MCK playing towards B. They're playing passive, so the weakness from the CT side in the first half from Infused was definitely that B side, the B splits. It's looking like Excel going to be repeating that once again. Yeah,
that's exactly what they're going for. You get the one smoke out towards mid window early. We see the flash go through from Boaster as they take early mid control. Connor then does the re-smoke, and then they take their approach up short. So this could be them closing the game out right now.
5 versus 5 still. 50 seconds left on the clock. The bomb towards top mid. Jacob slowly but surely making his way up underpass. He can smoke towards connector now, molly towards short, flash into CPL, flash up short, and the same old. But look at this, Trials as they push in towards CT spawn. They're going to have all the information they need. And now there's 3 players there from the CT side, hunkered down towards the B side to fend off any opposition.
Trials might be behind, but the thing is, if they overwhelm and go for their classic play towards the B bomb site, he's going to be late to achieve too much. But they're going for more of a split play here as well. They're going to get in through shop. This time it completely cuts off any support from the CT half. But Trials is eventually there. Spots out one. He gets the kill towards Jacob and backs off. This will play with them.
1-man advantage now for Infused, but actually Connor's going to equalize it. 4 versus 4 now as they come and push in towards the B bomb site.
Stun flood their way through. Red Snake gets spotted out and he's forced to fall back as he wants to reposition, but gives the game away. But he eventually gets the kill. Fry as well chimes in with the frag. Back on towards Connor. Boaster takes down Red Snake, but they have to get the plant right now. They've got 8 seconds, Nods. They have to commit to the plant absolutely now, and Lazar falls because of it.
16-18, 2 more now for Infused. They cannot win this one in first overtime. The best they can ask for is overtime. Well, a second overtime essentially. They can't win it in regulation. They can't win it in first overtime. They have to take it in second OT if they want a chance of this one. It's going to be 2 more chances though for Excel to close this one out. They have money as well in the bank. They're going to be pausing it. So, if you're Excel right now, what do you go for? You just tried to go for the B split, but that kill found by Red Snake, the push in from Trials, I imagine you could go for a default again. Excel at success on the T side by going for the slow defaults towards middle, holding for the pushes towards Palace ramp, mid, and then B apps. And then eventually you'd have the smoke from Wendanski. 50 seconds left on the clock. They'll take mid control. But unfortunately, they had a player leave A ramp too early.
Lazar's got a nice spawn towards A ramp though if he does want to try and go for the pick. They do have the cash to invest into that AWP if he wants to try and go for more of a contact play. We've seen him do it in the past. He has been able to find some success. Infused not really playing that up close and personal either though. Playing more situated towards jungle. Yep. So there's always that potential if they want to go for a very fast tempo round. But Excel seem like they're going to keep it very slow and steady into OT.
So far, the MVP of this best of 2 for me has been Connor. On Inferno, the incredible entries he had, multiple 3K entries towards the sites. Also, got to be thinking about how strong his AWP has been on Mirage. Not only is he top fragging, but he's finding the most valuable kills. He's not getting the kills when it's a 4 versus 1. He's not getting the kills versus the ecos or the exit frags. These have all been substantial rounds. Substantial kills in very crucial rounds.
Not going to be going for any ridiculous plays though. Keeping it simple right now as they set themselves up. They're going to go for the smokes as well. Just the aggressive mid take with the split towards A. Oh, they're going to go for the connector push, Nods.
Might work. 3 players towards A right now, so they're going to be ready for this. They're giving up mid control. MCK now towards shot, could maybe catch a player off guard, but Fry 1. He's in towards middle, he's towards Palace.
Oh, but he has to try and resituate. He can't just gate scoped in. So Lazar will spot up the headshot back on towards Trials. Fry drops down, but they don't know where he is. He's given the position. He gets sidelined by Boaster. They take him down. It's just left on 3 remaining members. Aaron, Red Snake, and Mick have to try and close this one out. They're miles away. The bomb has been planted. And look at the aggression here towards CT.
The after plan is so good right now for Excel. Boaster finds the frag onto Red Snake. It's a 4 versus 2. They have control of the bomb and the after plan. This is looking like a 19-16.
This should be Excel closing it out, picking it up in a 2-0 fashion right here on Mirage. It seemed like Infused were going to win it, but all of a sudden they let it slip away. The kill comes out. Lazar will find the frag back on towards Aaron. Mick does damage, but it's nowhere near enough. He would have to try and mount the retake all on his lonesome right now as he storms his way through, gets into the elevated angle, struggling to find a headshot. He falls to Boaster. He closes out the series in a 2-0 fashion. They get the second map win. Excel dominate it, and they lock out Infused.
Endpoint there, chirpy as ever. The praise from Pickles have been answered. It's given the 2-0 from Excel. So now, I believe that's Infused knocked out the Elite Series as they're going to finish 5th.
Wow. They close it The coach is going to go for the fist bumps there as Neil and Ross, they pound fists. They know that it's been closed out. It was a dominant battle. It was a battle of the giants there, really. Such an important match to decide the final week of groups here at the Elite Series. Windansky, shoe in hand, win in the back pocket.
2-0 there. 16-7 or 16-6, I believe it was, on Inferno. A massive stomp coming out from Excel. And of course, the showcase we had there on Mirage, a 15-9 scoreline. Infused giving away 6 match points. It gets to 18-15. It was 9 rounds in the trot there from their CT side, sorry, on Mirage. And in the preface before this one, I said the CT side is so weak for Mirage. Before this, the players said they changed up their CT defense, and it definitely showed.
Absolutely crazy. You didn't expect it. I didn't really expect it, but the guys.
No, I thought it was just going to be 1-1.
Yeah, Sonny and Essia, they believed that it was going to be the Excel win.
That's why they're on the desk,
close it out, and wow. What a ridiculous result there for Team Excel. But now let's sprint up there, just see what the players thought of that one. We're going to be going over to Yasmin to see just how they thought that game went.
I am up here with, I've just literally grabbed the whole team. They look like they've just ran a marathon. Boaster, congratulations.
That was another win. Yeah. We got another win, baby.
What's it? There we go. Oh. How was that for you?
I'm pumped. Adrenaline. Bloody hell, fire. When they're coming at me, I'm just like, ah! You know?
We could hear you. I could hear you from downstairs, behind the stage, everything. Amazing to get to that point. Obviously, it was very intense. You got to overtime. There was a point where I thought, this is going to get to overtime right now. Because that was quite extreme. As a team, how were you kind of feeling working together in that moment?
I won't lie. Did we take the timeout on that round? So we took the timeout, and there's this strat we do that's never worked.
Nah, it's worked a little bit.
It's never worked, but
we were like thinking about doing a different strat, and then we were like, Jake was like, Cloud9? And we were like, Cloud9.
Cloud9.
So basically, we're all like, does everyone remember what they're doing? It was like, yeah, let's do it. And we had a 4 or 5K buy, so we're like, let's do it. Yeah. And it's worked out beautiful.
Yeah, at one point you won 10 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Now you've just got to wait to see what endpoint do. So just take a breather. You've gone bright red.
I know. Can you imagine if they were like, Reason don't get a map, and we just say like, yeah, and then we're like, oh, great.
Now I'm going to let you take a little bit of a relax and a moment, and yeah, we look forward to it. All right, so we're going to take a break. Let's go to a break.